All right, guys, welcome back to another live stream here. This is the Flying Moose, and this is going to be the last, well, potentially the last flight until Flight Sim Expo. Um, yeah, because Thursday, well, it depends what we do Thursday, but I doubt we'll fly on Thursday just because of time constraints. But anyway, it's good to be back. We're going to do a flight today after all, as I posted in the Instagram, Twitch, and Facebook update. I'm going to try and do the painting tomorrow afternoon live stream after church sometime. So it'll probably be, I've got a thing to go to for lunch, so I'm guessing probably around 2 or 3 p.m. Pacific will probably when we plan to do that. So if you are able to tune in at that point and you want to see me paint the Quality Wing 787 in the WestWind livery, you can do that. That might be interesting for some of you that are looking to get into learning how to paint aircraft. It might just be interesting to see how it's done, even if you have no desire to do it. By the way, I think it'll be kind of fun to do. So, um, we are going to be flying today from Dubai, which is where we are. You can see in the screen here, we're kind of in a desert situation, and going up to Azerbaijan. I was looking for where we should go next, and just kind of looking around. I thought, hey, you know, Baku is right on the Caspian Sea. That might be kind of cool to go into. So that's what we're going to do. I realize now I have not started my weather program, so this may not be what the weather looks like, so I should probably do that. I just got done writing a report and then came right here to do this, so we're a little behind the thing. Christopher Hood, how's it going? Cool Kid, how's it going? Refuser08, Refuse Zero. I'm just gonna call you 008. I like that. Uh, Briangren, how you doing? How was your graduation yesterday? Let's see, and that's everybody. And then Tim was here first. He wanted to know what he won. He wins being awesome. That's what you win for being first. Let's see here. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so I need to finish setting up. I have not done my flight planning yet, and I have not even turned my weather engine on. So let's do that before I do anything else, because that would be good. Active sky. No, wrong one. There we go. That's the one I want. Feel the power. Okay, that's just the loading sound that Active Sky makes when it turns on. Let me get TeamSpeak on too, because that's not even on yet. I'm all behind the times here. Let's see here. Wonderful, Brian. I'm glad to hear that. Congrats. Welcome to adulthood, sir. Brace yourself. All right, let's see here. Let's turn that off. Let's do that. TeamSpeak. No. Okay, live stream room. Oh, Pinto's in live stream room 1. I don't know what he's doing, but. And Encrypted's in live stream room 3. Oh, he is in live stream. Okay, I thought it was in 4 for a second. Thought he was in 4. We'll see how his mic's doing today. My guess is not any better. Because it's crypto. Okay, there we go. Now we're in TeamSpeak. How you doing, crypto?
Yourself, miss?
Boy, did I call that one. Yep, I'm doing well. Glad to hear you're doing well as well. You pronounce it Rufus Zero Wait? Wait. Oh, Rufus.
What?
No, I'm reading a chat thing. Rufus 08. Okay. That last W is throwing me off.
I was baiting about him during today because there's a poker run going up in Canada. Probably has some giveaways to it.
What? Wait, what about giveaways and what now? Who?
There was a poker run up in Canada.
Oh, a poker run. Interesting. Okay. So let me move this over to here so I can see what is going on. There we go. Okay. All right, so we need to do our flight planning, and I need to. So I'm gonna do that with you guys since might as well. That way you guys can see it. I do this every so often. Most of the time I have this done before we start the stream, but hey, why not? Why not do it for all? Captain Tim, how's it going?
So kind of slow today.
It goes, Moose.
Wonderful. Glad to hear it goes.
Hello, Tim. How are you today?
I know you could. I know you couldn't tell, but he asked how you were doing, Tim.
What was it bad so far?
Oh yeah, it's bad.
Okay, was it like pure like V stuff?
I didn't catch any of that.
Straight VHF.
Straight VHF. UHF maybe.
No problem.
Let's see. OMDB. We're going to UBBB. Very simple ICAO identifier here. And I don't know what UBBG is, but we'll find out. It's probably also in Azerbaijan. Airframe. We are taking the 747 cargo. Where are you at? I have you in here somewhere. There you are. And we're going to set 80 for our profile. That's a
How about
reverb.
now?
Not gonna do. It's about the same probably. It's hard to tell when you just say like 5 words.
Well, it's a little different because I just salivated up my plugs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it helped a little bit. I don't know how much. Let's see. Let's leave those on auto. Let's see what it gives us. Analyze the route. So there's our route. We're coming out of Dubai. Going to go up here, across the Persian Gulf here, and then up through Iran, right past Tehran, over into the Caspian Sea and into Azerbaijan.
Is this any better now? I'm talking quick pressure on the thing.
Not really any better, no.
Oh boy.
It's like you're like constantly auto-tuned, but in a bad way.
It's auto damage.
Yeah.
That's a great description, Moose.
Kids don't do drugs. Love it. Okay, anyway.
Change crypto to boy band.
Oh, and that's what we call our worship pastor at church because he's just a few years older than me, but he is like super like kind of boy bandy, and one of the guys, but he's known for a long time. That's his nickname for him is boy band. It's funny. Okay. All right, so we are going flight level 320 today. Airtime is about 2 hours, 15 minutes roughly. They want us to take 98,000 pounds of fuel. I'm just going to round it up to an even 100,000 pounds of fuel. And let's see what they gave us for cargo. Well, I'm new to the randomizer for this thing, so we'll see what it gave me. 249. Okay, good. That's acceptable. It's a big load. Good deal. All right, so we're going to do a few things first of all before we do that. So I'm going to go over to the simulator. And first of all, we're going to turn some things on. So we're going to go and turn the battery on, first of all. Get some power in the aircraft. Let's set standby power to auto. And that's going to start systems booting up. Your friend is currently flying from San Jose to St. Louis to Cleveland. Wow. Is that like in the sim, or is that real life? He's flying that route. I've flown San Jose to St. Louis, not in the well, I've flown in the sim too, I think, but that was my first commercial flight ever. Was San Jose to St. Louis, and then from St. Louis to Baltimore. My family and I went back east. That was on TWA MD-80 Mad Dog. Right before TWA went bye bye forever. I think at that point it was already bought out because this was 2001. It was July of 2001, a month and a half before 9/11. And I think TWA was already bought out, but they were still flying with the TWA logoing on the side of the aircraft. So, a little history lesson for you. All right, so we're going to go down here to FS Actions, and I want to do a few things. We're going to do ground connections, and we're going to request ground power. And we're going to, I don't need the air unit because it's just cargo, so we're not going to worry about that. While they're coming, we're going to look at the payload here, and we need to see what that number was again, 249.4. I'm going to make a note of that. 9.4. And let's see here. Where's my calculator? Calculator. No, that's Cyrillic. Okay, there we go. Whenever you get the keyboard and you like off by one, and so you start typing things, it's like Shift X thing instead of other thing you're trying to do. All right, so the full load. I'm going to do this to make this simple. I'm going to load it full first of all, and I'm going to find out what the full load is here for this thing. So that's 29816 plus 32526 plus 5419. That's not right. Oh, plus 203,285. I missed that one. Okay. So 271,046 is full load. And so we're going to say 271.0, we'll call it. So 271, whoops, no. Stop hitting weird things. 249.4 divided by 271 is 92% load. Yeah. So let's do 92. Boom. Done. All right. Takes care of that. And then fuel, they wanted, we're going to take 100,000. That is 10,000. There we go. All right, so 27.8% of our fuel capacity there. And we'll open the doors in a second. We'll call for the cargo people. Okay, so I think now we should have our ground power connected. Yes, we do. So we'll switch to external power. Boom, boom. What event? 8080. Apparently not, because I don't even know what it is. Yes, this is the PMDG 747 there, Chris. This is my favorite aircraft in Flight Simulator by far. One, because it's 747, and two, because PMDG did an amazing job, as they do with most of their aircraft. Okay, so we have that. Now I'm going to call that, now that the aircraft is appropriately loaded and exists in the world. There we go. Let's go ahead and call for GSX. Say request boarding. Use
you
that.
gonna pop into the pilot there, Moose, or you sit there and keep me waking around if you're not?
I'm going to pop into what now? Who?
The pilot, so I can.
Oh yeah, no, I'll pop in.
See you.
Sure. By the way, I'm at Gate Echo 7, just so you know. So.
I'm at Bravo 10, so I'm all at the main terminal because they didn't have They had to move my jet over to the main terminal because they needed the cargo space.
Okay. I don't even know where the cargo terminal is. According to the FSX map of Dubai, there is no cargo spot, so I just found a heavy spot that looked like it was in the middle of nowhere.
I chose a heavy spot, and I'm next to 2 terminals.
Nice. All right, so yeah, let me jump on VPilot here. Actually, no, before I do that, I need to finish the flight plan thing because I'm going to export it to it, and if I ever log on, it won't let me do it, so stand by. So let's do that real quick. Let's go ahead and pre-file the flight plan on VATSIM. File that. Done. And while I'm here, I'm going to download that and P3DFSX. Download that. Save. And now I can minimize that. Now we can open our Active Sky flight plan, load, and looking for OMDB. There you are. Boom. Briefing. Done. And now we'll load VPilot. VPilot. Alright, connect. We are... Yes. Well, not that though. Boeing 744, connect. Zachary Burkhalter, how's it going, man? I feel like it's been a long time because I feel like I've seen you on stream before. The Burkhalter thing reminds me. Well, Burkhalter reminds me of Burkhalter from Hogan's Heroes. But I feel like I've made that connection before. Let's see. Okay, we're online. Flight plan. Fetch. File. Done. Okay, cool. All right, now we are in the system. Let's see if I see anybody. Oh, I do see some people. I wonder if that is... No, he's got his beacons on. That can't be you. You said you're where, Crypto?
Bravo 10 for... Excuse me. I'll look around myself as well.
What part of the airport is that? I'm not familiar enough with the gates.
Look, hold on. I can find you in a moment. So if you look behind you about your 5 o'clock, you'll see me on like way in the corner.
Oh, okay. I think I see you. I think.
Yeah, I'm across the airport from you.
Yeah, okay. All right, cool deal. All right, let's get those doors open because we can start loading cargo up here. So doors, we'll open the 2 entry doors there, and then we'll open the forward, aft, and bulk, and side. In order to open this, oh, that's right. In order to open the side cargo, we have to have the APU on as well for some reason. I'm not really sure why. I've got 2 feeds of external power going in. That's not enough? Come on. Come on. What if I turn off the utility? Does that shed enough power to... No. Alright, well, worth a shot. Just wait for those APUs to come online here. Sometime today. And I don't think they even need to be, because you can't activate, I mean, you can activate the APU on one bus, but I can't activate them both without killing the external. So I'm not even going to turn them on. I'm just going to have them available, and now I think I can open the door. Yep. Say that's dumb, because you're not really using the APU, it's just on. Well, whatever. So now, if we go outside the aircraft, I kind of like these red stair things I got here in Dubai. That's kind of cool. That door is opening, I believe. Yes, it is. Excellent. Okay. So now, at some point here, oh, there comes our cargo now. Excellent. Crew van just left. Okay. All right. Why aren't we painting? Because we're gonna paint tomorrow. I decided I wanted to be able to fly with you guys one more time since yesterday was kind of short, and we're gonna paint tomorrow afternoon. So tomorrow around 3 or so Pacific time, we will do the paint, a live stream. So we're gonna do the best of both worlds. So we're gonna actually give you guys get a bonus stream this weekend. 4 days of streaming in a row. Look at that. Never say I don't give you anything. All right. Okay, so the flight plan is, the planning is done. Let's go ahead and boot this sucker up to where we need it to be at. So we're going to go ahead and switch these guys to nav, and I'm going to immediately go down here and do this so it doesn't freak out on me, because this seemed to solve that problem. Boom, boom. And we are OMDB. There we go. Alright, now that can boot up and hopefully won't give me that FMC error message. Standby's auto, APU is running because of the door. I'm going to switch this guy to aux, and I'm only going to do that because if I don't, I have problems with the trim initially lately. I'm not sure why. What do you mean about painting? So, for those of you that don't know, tomorrow I'm going to live stream repainting the Quality Wing 787. So that's what they're referring to. Turn that on, please. Turn that on. I don't know if I want that on. Yeah, fine. Let's do the fire test. 1, 2, 3, 4 in APU. Good. Emergency power on. Oxygen is normal. Come down here. Fuel pumps are off. Window heat's on. We want to make sure the nav lights are on. Packs are off. And actually, let's go ahead and... Actually, we can put the packs on because the APU's running, so... It's desert, might as well. Whoa. Jordan Sim Vlogs. Wow, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. That is awesome. Okay. And the yaw dampers. Good to go there. I like having my logo light on even though it's not night. I want that panel light on. There we go. We're going to turn this on, and I'm going to turn the backlighting on slightly because I like it. Because I like it. I love the way they did the lighting in this aircraft. I really do. It's beautifully done. Alright, a little bit of lighting there. We'll go ahead and... Oh, the panel lighting was already... Okay, yeah. So, I don't need any flood lighting on this. I'm going to go ahead and turn that to on just because. We don't have any passengers today, but maybe there's a guy. I don't know. Shatsu's from Raleigh, North Carolina. Well, thank you so much, sir. A tip of the hat to you, sir. Well, a tip of the hat to you. Actually, we're flying though. Stand by. Since we're flying the 4-7, we might as well represent. All right. There we go. There are no snakes. There are no snakes. All the snakes were driven out of Ireland, and they're gone. Gone forever. Okay, we need to test our oxygen over here.
Did you get enough sleep last night there, Moose?
I did. I actually got a fair amount of sleep. I slept very well.
Just checking.
Uh-huh. And we'll come down here. We can test our TCAS. Is there any chance that you could make a repaint of the Carolina Panthers on the 747, 400, 747, and maybe one of them? I don't know if I wouldn't do them all. Although if you did the 800, the 900 would be easy enough to do. It'd probably be simpler to do that one. So yeah, message me about that one. Don't, because I won't remember this. So. Okay, TCAS system test pass. Wonderful. Let's get the ATIS, which is going to be...
Not available. You don't have it for on VPilot.
Oh, I always have ATIS. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I have a payware system that's different from everyone else.
It's called Active Sky.
I have Active Sky. I want a cupcake.
I don't want a cupcake.
Also, did you get the special pack just sent? I had special delivered to your aircraft.
Did you get the what? The who?
I sent you a special package that's on your aircraft.
It's not snakes, is it?
No, it's cupcakes.
Alright, here comes the ATIS.
You have a box full of cupcakes on there.
Oh, here comes the update. There's the ATIS.
Oscar, Mike, Delta, Bravo, airport information, Echo 1700 Zulu, weather, wind 318 at 4, visibility 5, sky clear, temperature 36, dew point 13, QNH 1002, advise on initial contact, you have information, Echo, Oscar, Mike, Delta, Bravo, airport information, Echo 1700 Zulu, weather, wind 31.
Okay, so information Echo, wind 318 at 4, visibility 5, sky clear, temperature 36, dew point 13, and altimeter 1002. So let's switch over to hectopascals and go to 1002. And we'll check the heading is 029 with the compass. Yeah, right smack dab. Okay. All right, good. So that checks out. Let's go ahead and pull up our 747 checklist here. This is the 737. Not what I want. 747 QRH. There we go. Southwest Lover, how's it going? You got tomorrow for your live stream? No, well, I'm not. No, I'm not repainting the Carolina Panthers tomorrow. Tomorrow is repainting it in WestWind colors for my virtual airline. That takes precedence. So I'm happy to work on one for you on my other time, but you have to message me about that. The route's not in there yet, so yeah, you can send me a direct message on Instagram. That works. All right, pre-flight. The oxygen was tested 100%. Flight instruments. Heading is 029. Altimeter is 1002. Parking brake is set. Actually, I'm not sure how they let me get away. Oh, because the wheel chocks. And fuel controls are cut off. So that's very simple there. We just need to get our route loaded in here. Let's get that for NightBot actually first, since now I've had a request for that. So this is the route here. Flight level 320. Okay, so let's go over here to NightBot. NightBot. There you are. login, commands, custom, route. You guys get to see the behind the action here, behind the scenes. There we go. We are doing OMDB to UBBB. This is the 747-400 freighter, WWC, and flight level 320. And we're going to copy that, submit. I'm going to close that, and then we can do the one for restream here. Route, paste, save, done. Huzzah. All right, NightBot is now up and running. Cool Kid, we'll be taking off here fairly shortly. We've got to finish getting loaded up and get a route entered here, but we're close. I'm going to move this over here so I can see my route while I do this. Glad to hear that, Southwest. Glad to hear you're doing well. I am doing well as well. All right. Where's the O? OMDB to uniform Bravo, Bravo, Bravo. And we're going to go departure, arrival. Okay, so here's where we need to look at our departure here before we do this anything else. Let's see. Let's do that here with you guys. Charts. No, is that charts cloud? Yeah. Again, this is Navigraph, guys. If you never looked into this, this is a fantastic way to have all the charts you ever hope to have at your fingertips for all the airports.
If you have a tablet, there's an app for it, and that's what I use.
Yes, and that's what I have as well, that I'm looking at most of the time, but I'm doing this so you guys can see it. But yeah, you can actually pull them up on your tablet or on your smartphone. I mean, it's great. So, let's see here. What did I just look up? OMDB, yeah.
But if you actually fly, do not use it for flight navigation. If you use if you have Apple, use Flight. If you have Android, use Flight Planning Mode, and it's your applications for actual aviation flying.
Yes, all of this is for simulator, guys. So, and they'll tell you that on the website. This is for sim only, not for real world use. Okay. What was my departure? Dav M3 Foxtrot. Dav Mike 3. Looks like this here. Yeah, see, not for navigational use. Okay. That's fun. Okay. So, if we're taking off, this should be what was our winds at? 318 at 4, so that works. Okay. So we're going to go off this. Looks like they're planning for this runway, which is perfect because where we are, that actually works out nicely. That would be the right runway. We'll take straight off 299 to this first waypoint, DB 570, and then we'll turn almost exactly 360, one shy of that, to DB 576. We need to be at or above 3,000 and a max of 220 knots at that waypoint. And then from there, we're going up to Davmo, I believe. Yeah, Davmo. So we're going to go up this way. We're not going to go this way. So DB 568 at or above 4,000 at Kunpi, and then Obrog, and then Davmo at or above 12,000, which I don't think we'll have any trouble getting to those altitudes today, so should not be an issue, especially if we're restricted to 220 by this point. But after that, there's no more speed restriction aside from 250 below 10,000. And let's see here, and we can just double check. The routing is exactly what I said. Initial climb clearance to 4,000, and then further climb. So, okay, so 4,000 is where we'll initially climb to, and I don't know if we have, I see a center on, but I don't think that's center over us. Let's take a look and see where that center controller is. That's Hawaii. Moving over here. That looks like Iran. Yeah, it's just outside of our controlled space, because here's OMDB. So yeah, so we'll actually go up into them, but for our initial takeoff, we won't be talking to them. So, okay. I'm going to leave that open as well. All right, so initials 4,000, and okay. So departure then, we're going to take 30 right, is what we're planning on. And we're going to take the 3 Foxtrot. And we'll go down here to route. And from Davmo, whoops, I closed it. I need to see it. Back over here, SimBrief, okay. From Davmo, we're going M318, Mike 318, and ASMUK, ASMUK, W32, to VAXUG, XUG, UL125, to ELEDI, N39, PIROG, N23, number 23, to KUPAT, and then the KUPAT, the QPAT 1 hotel arrival is what we're supposed to be looking for. So come down here.
I usually play rivals while it's still in fall. I worry about his departure to look at it.
Yeah, well, I don't. Because I'll change it. This way it gives me better time tracking. And then I can always change it as I get closer if I need to. So.
Yeah.
All right, and the only runway it works for is 35, so that solves that problem. So, okay. All right. Let's activate that, execute that. And we'll check our legs here. So there's our 220 at or above 3,000, at or above 4,000, at or above 12,000. So there we go. Just looking for discontinuities. Not seeing any. And wait a minute.
One of the lumbering giants has started their roll. I was waiting for you to start going, dude.
What?
One of the lumbering giants is moving. I know it's you.
I'm not moving.
I would love to fly the 777 for my career. Mr. Tim, have you ever had the opportunity to like fly on the 777 or like in the cockpit of it, or just a 7.6?
Strange.
I've flown jump seat in the 777.
How is it? Is it a nice flight deck and everything?
Kind of reminds me of the 7.4, except 2 engines.
Beige.
Okay. It's kind of weird. I'm not seeing. Yeah. I feel like it's missing.
Your flight sim come notice next week, I believe. DMDG's gonna be there. Could you mind asking a question for me, so I can't go?
Am I asking who a question?
DMDG.
Oh, okay.
Will you ever do the 777X's?
I thought. Oh, 777X. I don't know. They probably won't answer me, honestly. They're very close hold about what they announce when they're doing stuff. So, I mean, if they announce at the thing that that's what they're doing, that'll be news, and I'll definitely broadcast that. But PMDG
Actually, they
is
said that
famous for...
PMDG said they're going to do a special announcement at the FS Expo.
They are. So we're not sure what that announcement will be. I'm hoping it will be an announcement based on whatever their next project's going to be. We all know the 747-8's in beta, so that's not anything special aside from whether or not it's going to get released. But there's a lot of speculation as to what their next undertaking will be. I hope it's not simply that, oh, we're going to do the 737 MAX, because that's basically, okay, we already got the plane, we're just going to redesign the cockpit a bit and some of the flight dynamics. So
I'm hoping for the 75, 76, but...
Yeah, I wouldn't hold my breath on that one, only because there's some 7.5 offerings out there, but it would be cool. I'm all for that. I would love it.
I agree. PNG would definitely make a great 7.5 if they can handle it.
Yes, they would. So yeah, I'm curious to see where they're going next, but...
hey, Moose, by the way, save your $80. Don't bother picking up the Captain Sim 7.5.
Good to know. Good to know. Kind of had a feeling.
Yeah, I flew it yesterday. Nah.
Gotcha.
Still need work.
Yeah. Alright, I just want to see here. Yeah, see, it's not... That's weird. Why is it not putting in the airport? It's putting me on the end of it, but it won't give me the... That's weird. I wonder if I do it. Let me try it a different way here. Departure arrival. Arrival. ILS 35. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okay, that's better.
According to my flight sim, we have a straight crosswind to take off.
We have a what?
Straight crosswind.
Straight cross. The wind's at 318 at 4, according to current weather.
That's at the sky. Mine's Jepson right now.
No, Jefferson doesn't know what he's talking about.
Jepson went out of date 2 years ago.
Exactly. All right, so that's done. Fuel's up. That's what's our reserves? Let's look at that. 17 is 34.7. Okay. So initial reference, 0 fuel weight. Should put it in there for me. 34.7. Cost index is 80. 320. And we're going to leave it as is. Flaps 10. And V-speeds today, 142 is V1, 156 rotate, and 170 for V2. So we'll put V2 plus 15, 185. Initial altitude is 4,000, according to the chart. And heading coming out of here is going to be 299. So we'll set that. Okay. And then I need to find out what transition altitude here is. I think it was like 5,000 or something, but we'll find out in a second. Come in. Load, please. Transition. Oh no, it's higher than that. Okay. Transition altitude is 13,000 here. So let's go ahead and set that up. And I gotta remember where that happens at. I think it's in here. Yeah, 13,000. Okay. Alrighty then. So we are loaded. I believe the cargo is loaded. Let's close those doors. Menu, FS actions, doors. Close our doors. We'll close the cargo doors. Okay, doors are closing. And Let's see, taxi. It's actually a little different because it's not quite oriented the way it is in Flight Simulator. But essentially, we're going to take, looks like November all the way down to the end of 30 right. Or wait, what side of the airport am I on? Yeah, I think I'm
You're on the north side of it, so it'll be November. It'll be November.
Yeah, it is November. Yeah, okay. Just got turned around for a second. Yeah, so we'll take all the way down to 30 right, simple taxi, and then go off from there. Cool. I wouldn't be surprised if they're doing the max, but I would think that's going to be more like the 747-8 is to the 47, not as a whole brand new airplane. I'm hoping. I don't know. We'll see. But is GSX good for Airsoft A321? Well, GSX works with almost everything. I haven't heard anyone complain that it doesn't work with an aircraft. So it should. Actually,
It will not work with a Prius.
It will not work with what?
A Prius.
Oh, say it slowly.
A Toyota Prius.
Oh, please. I said aircraft. I actually have the Airsoft A321, and it does work with that aircraft. So yes, GSX is a great program as far as kind of helping some immersion stuff. So yeah, I recommend it. It's worth the $40 or so, in my opinion. Okay, checklist. 4-star checklist. Flight deck door is closed and locked. Passenger signs are on. The MCP is set. V2 plus 15, 185, heading 299, and altitude 4,000. Takeoff speeds are... I had them here. Where do they go? 142, 156, and 170. So I didn't finish the trim thing there. There we go. Trim's going to be 6.3. Is that what I'm seeing? Yeah, 6.3 on the trim. And taxi takeoff briefing is complete, and beacon is coming on. Beacon is that right there, yeah. Good. All right, at this point, we're going to get Juan in position. And next. Prepare for pushback departure, nose to the right. No, I do not. Oh, there's something I forgot to do. Hang on. Stand by. Boom, 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 boom. I'm not used to doing this yet, so it's got to... Nope. Oh, that was actually where I wanted to go. Okay, fine. Right.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
So this, guys, is Project Fly. This is a new thing I'm doing. You can see where I've flown so far on Project Fly. Not very many places. But so we'll go here. I've got my fleet. As I fly aircraft, I'm adding them in. So we're going to be using this guy today, WestWind Cargo. So I'll go over here to Bookings, create a booking. We're going from OMDB to UBBB. I'm going to manually enter it. Flight number is WW1990, WWC, oops, C1990. Departure time is going to, well, we're not flying in our own version of time, but so I'm just going to leave this blank actually. Scheduled IFR aircraft is the 433. There you are. VATSIM. There we go. Book and dispatch. We're going to paste the route. It'll do it with SimBrief for me, but it doesn't adhere to some of the rules I would like it to, so I do it this way. And I just need to paste the route in. Bloop. Dispatch. All right, there's our flight. So now, when I open up SimStall, which is this guy, it should fly now. There we go, ready to depart. All right, so now you can track me on the map there if you wanted to. You did the cargo packaging. There aren't. Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Gemini, for double checking. I appreciate that. And we'll try this again. We'll see if it's going to cooperate this time, because it did not last time. OMDB, UBBB, WWC 1990, 3200, apply. Okay, there we go. That's better. Oops. All right. Put that there in the corner. And now that that's done, I can go and turn these back on. So bring the MCP back in. Speed and altitude. There we go. Back to live. Okay. Okay, now
That
that
moment we're sitting waiting for the 747 to taxi, stuck here because he priority.
you're waiting for me or somebody else?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
You.
Are you this little tiny thing over here?
Well, a tiny thing.
Yeah. Oh, there's like a little. Looks like a Cessna Caravan behind me on the taxiway back there.
Should he? She's still queued up as a 77 Fox.
Don't see any other. I don't see anybody else on the field. Oh, and now that just went away. Did you not change your type in the V-Pilot?
No, I changed it. It just didn't stick.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay. All right. Let's disconnect. Juan's going to be waiting for me to... oops, that's the wrong... Oh, there you are. Now I see you as a 777. Okay. All right, I got to disconnect the ground power here. So we're going to switch over to APU since it's already running. And now menu, FMC... No, not FMC. Menu, if it's actions. No. Wrong buttons. Release. Release the hounds. Alright, as soon as the GPU is disconnected, then I can release the chocks, and then he'll get on with pushing us back. I should be back now. Bottom screen graphics are now. I had turned it off because yesterday it was thinking the flight from Kalui to Honolulu. In reality, it's like maybe 200 miles. I don't think it's even that. It was thinking it was 8,900 and something nautical miles. I don't know why. So, Grip 1, we're at, I'm at Echo 7 at Dubai. Echo 7. Let's see here. Is he, let's see, it's still disconnecting. Disconnect! And departing. Okay, so we're going to remove the wheel chocks now. There we go. Menu. Actually, we're going to put that over here. Index. Take off. Put the legs there. There we go. Okay. Yeah, you lock that gear. 6.3 on the trim. I think I can do that now. No, I cannot. Okay. Even with the thing selected aux. Okay, fine.
I want trim. Aircraft. Nope.
Nope. No, you cannot. By the way, the issue with the trim on the 8.7, it was actually working, but it operates a little bit differently in its readout. We're used to hitting the trim button and seeing the value change almost instantly. You have to hold it down, and the value changes over time very slowly. It's like in larger increments. So it just I wasn't getting enough time to basically tell it that it was working. So. Okay, so we are moving back. Let's go ahead and turn off 2 of the packs for engine start. We're going to turn on the fuel pumps. And starting 3 and 4.
The funny thing is, you're actually showing in an actual spot. This time it says summers for me, up or something.
Parth, what do you mean? What, like on my cell phone?
No, like you're actually in a spot. And
No, sorry,
no.
No, sorry, Carver. I wasn't responding to you. I was responding to a chat message. I understand what you said.
Oh. Hey, beast people, come too. I'm alone. It's lonely over here.
He's all alone, all by himself.
All by myself. With the chip type.
Alright, we got good starts on 3 and 4, starting 1 and 2. Light up.
Just gotta keep it rolling, rolling down the taxiway.
Oh, Mike in chat. Yes, you can. I see what you mean now. Yes, you can call me Mike in chat. That's fine. Do 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 do. All right, now those are up. Let's go ahead and get these guys on, and we need to turn these off. I believe that will take care of the fuel tank engine. Yep, there we go. Good deal. Parking brake set. Hydraulic pumps coming on. We'll switch that back to auto. And I think now I can do my, yes, 6.3. Sure. Okay, trim set. Flaps coming down to 10. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Don't forget to input potato before takeoff there, miss.
What?
Don't forget to insert potato before takeoff.
I don't understand what that means.
It means don't forget to make sure you have all your pet switches are off, and your lock loaded, your flat meals are in the oven.
Okay, I didn't hear any of that.
Make sure you have your in-flight meal ready to go.
Oh, okay.
Is it good? Plug in the potato.
I guess. I still don't really get it, but alright. Transponder on.
Analogies.
Alright. I think something got lost in the translation. Alright, packs 2 and 3 can come back on. And seatbelt signs on, APU's running. We can turn the APU off now. We need to do our... Oh, whoops, no, it's right here. Nope, not one. That one. 2 up, 1 down. 2 up, 1 down. 2 down. 2 up. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Flaps 10. Auto brake RTO. And recall checked. TCAS off. We won't turn that on until we get down there. Just waiting for Juan to get out of the way. You cannot call me Barbara. You can call me Mike or Moose. I'll accept those two. Cannot call me Barbara. And don't call me Shirley.
Especially don't call him late for dinner.
Yeah, I'm never late for dinner. All right. We are ready to move. Turn taxi light on here while we're at it. And dome light off. Turn over here onto November. You got to go watch the movie Airplane to understand why you're not supposed to call me Shirley.
If I had a stable enough income and was probably staying in the Marine Corps for a lot longer, I would probably just be flying more Pilot Edge than VATSIM.
Yeah, my only problem with Pilot Edge, I love the concept, and I think it's great, is the limitation, and that is, and I understand why it is the way it is at the moment, and at some point they might get bigger, but I've been following one guy flying on Twitch that flies exclusively on Pilot Edge, and so he's limited himself to flying only in the Western United States because he only flies on Pilot Edge, and it just seems like such a limiting factor. You're only going to go to so many places because you want to stick with Pilot Edge all the time, and they get so used to Pilot Edge that VATSIM just seems so rudimentary that. Which, yeah, by comparison, I understand it is, but, yeah, I mean, I think even if it just covered the entire United States, that would be one thing, but to be limited just to basically Denver West is a pretty limiting factor, at least for me. If I was doing more VFR stuff, then that'd be fine, because, you could spend tons of time doing small flight VFR in Cessnas and stuff on Pilot Edge and have really good ATC and stuff like that all the time. But the nature of what I want to fly, Pilot Edge is just too constricting for me. So.
Which I know. I originally like Pilot Edge because it's more realistic. It's a lot more because it's real controllers you're working with.
Right.
As the pro for me, the con is definitely the coverage for it. But I follow them on their Discord network and all that, and it's just I'm there part of it. I'm just watching it, and they're working on it. Like they're working like they have the full Western U.S. covered, which is good. They have it, and so with that, they have the ability to do a lot more. And once that's set up properly, they just keep expanding slowly as you can do the coverage for it.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that. If it keeps expanding, that's awesome, and I'll probably look into it once it gets a little bit more expanded. But for the type of flying I'm doing at this point, it's not ready for me. So, not just me.
Yeah, the issue I have with 1701 is you get controllers who are working like 3 or 4 locations or sectors or whatever, and they get saturated at times, and it just gets to be a regular cluster.
Yeah.
MS 1995, line up and wait, 30 right.
Should probably go over to Unicom, that'd probably be good.
I don't see anyone on VATSIM.
It's just us.
Well, I'm flying today.
Oh, you are? Or are you flying? Where are you flying?
Delta 1701, flying from Atlanta to Las Vegas.
Oh.
He's prepping himself to work as he flies over.
Yeah.
Just getting ready for Memphis airspace.
Nice.
Where you and I will be a week from today.
That's
Sipping a cool one.
That's true. Viva Las Vegas.
It's going to be interesting to see how the streamers are and the ones that have the attitude of how great they are.
Yeah. They are usually pretty down to earth for the most part. Like I said, I met Cat Strader last year and Favorino, Durka Durka, Again with that nonsense. Hey, hey. Whoa, 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 dude.
Oh boy, what happened?
Oh, my reversers have a mind of their own. Man, I gotta figure out what's going on. Yeah.
So that's why you're just gonna pirouette halfway down the
Yeah, it just started to back up on me all of a sudden. Look, dum-dum. You know what I'm gonna do real quick?
You
Yeah,
dumb.
but before I take off, I'm gonna recalibrate the throttle because I think that's what's causing that. Anyway, for the most part, they're actually pretty humble and just kind of grateful for everything that their status is. It's actually funny to watch the people kind of dote on the people. Kind of make them to be more than what they think of themselves as, kind of thing, which is refreshing when it goes that way as opposed to the other way, where you get the Hollywood syndrome of these people like, yeah, I am the greatest person in the world, so you should, worship me, kind of thing. So.
Yeah, that gets me real tiring real quick.
Yeah.
Humility goes a long way. That's the one thing I like about Jeff is he seems pretty down to earth, and
yeah, he does.
And hopefully he stays healthy enough to get there. He's been sick for the last couple of days.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that number 3 is freaking out. So there goes Crypto. On the way.
What's Crypto flying today?
He is flying a 777. It's showing for me as an Emirates 777. I don't know what livery he's actually flying. He might be that.
Yeah.
Is that correct, Crypto?
Yep.
All right. Emirates trip. Taxi line went away. How rude.
Yeah, it does that.
How rude.
Yeah, was it passenger Emirates or was it the Sky Cargo?
You know what? I'm not really sure. I didn't look that closely. I just recognized the livery.
Yeah, I'm flying the Emirates Sky Cargo livery.
Gotcha. When you start up your simulator, where does it put your plane? So I always start using free flight mode. So I decide where it puts it when it loads it. So it doesn't load the simulator, and then I move the plane where I need it to go. I tell it from the get-go, hey, you're going to start at such and such a point. So I go in and decide what gate I want to start at, what airport, and such. Understood, Chris. Understood. Yeah, that number 3 is definitely not responding at the same rate as the other engines are, so once we get to the end of the runway here, we'll calibrate it.
Yeah, I'm flying X-plane, by the way, not 3PD.
What 3PD? What aircraft?
7.5.
I had a feeling.
There's only two things that Mr. Tim loves. The two is 7.6 or 7.5?
Well, in PX plane, he likes to fly the his 27 a lot too. So.
Oh yeah, I love the 727.
No, Parth, you cannot call Tim Barbara. His name is Tim, or Captain Tim to you.
Or D guy, with two.
Yeah, besides that, I'm a moderator. I can take care of that problem.
That's right. Yeah, you don't want to piss him off. I don't know who Greg is. Yeah, who's Greg? Or are you talking about calling encrypted Greg? No, I'm not doing 30 knots. This is the airspeed indicator, and below it'll only read 30 and above. So when I'm going below what it detects as 30 knots, then it just rests at 30. My ground speed indicator's right here. It says I'm doing 9 knots. Because the way the pitot works is a ram air system to judge speed, and so below a certain speed, it's not enough to. No, not again. Oh, it just like freaks itself out. Okay. So below a certain air pressure, it just can't determine with any accuracy the speed. So once it gets above 30, some aircraft it's like 60. This one will do 30.
Do you think a 737 will manage to keep up with us?
That's when you make your airspeed alive call.
Right.
When you're on the roll is when you start getting an indication.
Exactly.
Plus your INS or GPS will give you the ground speed on your nav display.
Right.
Which is important on the 7.4 because you are so far off the ground. You can go creeping along at 30 knots and not know it.
Right. It'll seem a lot slower to you than what it really is. CH products. Where are you at? Dumb thing, come on. CH. There you are. Control manager. Alright, let's calibrate this thing. Throttle quadrant to calibrate.
By the way, the 717 flew flawlessly this morning from O'Hare to Atlanta.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I haven't had a chance to boot it up and see if it plays nicely without having my stream stuff on. I'm gonna do it this afternoon. Whoops, no, don't pause it. Okay. Okay. There's nobody else on here, so we're just gonna go. So strobe's coming on. Let's see, force takeoff checklist. Flaps are set. Why is that down? Oh, because of the thrust reverser. Alright, and we'll go TCAS to on. TCAS is TCASing. Brakes release, here we go. Venat, how you doing? Or Venkat? How's it going? What?
So do you think a 737 will meet the same range as we're doing?
A 737 will be what?
Do you able to do the same range as us?
To the destination we're going today, yes.
Oh.
We're only going 900 nautical miles away.
That's a short pull for two big Arbin aircraft.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, 737 can cross the U.S., and that's right around 2,000 some odd. So.
But can I
What's
cross
the 200? What model of the 737 yak out?
Well, that's true. The 800 will do it.
800 you can get across the Atlantic good.
Yeah, it's true. Here we go.
Well, I wonder what else do, because you have WestWind 107 with us.
Oh, is Al flying with us?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm over here, but I got something wrong with the sim at the moment.
Oh, alright, well, hopefully get that worked out. Uh, 80 knots.
Not even on Starlink.
V1.
You're tripping to the left.
gear up.
Okay. You almost had tail strike for me, which is kind of funny.
A what?
You almost had tail strike
No, I did not.
on my screen.
On your screen, maybe, but
I said on my screen.
Looked like about 10 miles of bad Illinois road you were rolling down there, Moose.
well, it's Dubai. What do you expect?
Crooked, off center line, speed breaks up, usual stuff.
Start our turn here.
This should be a right turn on course.
That's what we're doing. Flaps 5. And we don't have any other authority, so we're going to go ahead and stick up the altitude here to 32.
What's the arrival you had?
What?
The arrival?
We'll talk about that once I get done actually flying this plane. See, I gave you the opportunity to talk about the arrival when we were planning, and you said, I don't do that until I'm in the air.
I'm in the air now.
You are. I'm still getting up to cruise, so now you gotta wait.
Oh, I'm on auto battery. That's
Well,
dirty flying.
I'm not. I'm hand flying still.
I'm on Sims frozen.
So your sim froze?
That's good now.
Oh, okay.
For some reason, mine says I have hot because I'm way cool before it even left the taxi.
Wait, what is yours saying?
My 777 says it has hot brakes at the moment.
Oh.
You're in 777. See you guys 737. Did you put the right code in to VPilot?
And Chris Scott subscribed. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Moose Cruise, sir. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here.
So there is
Parth, I'll talk
WestWind
about
card
that in
or
a second.
something.
Yeah, that's me, Tim.
Moose,
Yes.
can I log into the website and get the paint schemes?
No. You can join the company.
Please. I'll give you $1.
You can join for free, you know.
I just want the paint scheme. That's all I want.
Yeah, well, it's riffraff like you that we try to keep out.
I'll
Hey,
get
Moose, what's wrong with your panel?
What's what?
You got something not where it's supposed to be on your panel.
On, not where it's supposed to be on my panel. Okay, looking. My gears up. Well, okay. You talk about this?
There you go.
Okay, it was that.
What was it?
My gear lever was still in the up position, not off. Way over the ocean, I believe so, yes. Alright, we're starting to accelerate.
So why
Whoa, John Fly, thank you so much for hosting with 120 viewers. Awesome, man. Thank you so much. I'll see you at Flight Sim Expo. Welcome to the stream, guys. We're doing a world flight from Dubai to Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan?
Yeah, said like that, exactly. All right, thanks, guys. 505 Assassin, how's it going? Welcome to the stream, sir.
If I didn't have artwork for you, I'd probably make one with a little plane and just sticking out of it with a bottom around.
This is the PMDG 747, and I'll show you outside. Whoops, what the heck? Why are we on that weird outside view? How did that happen? There we go. Okay. So there it is, WestWind car. This is the virtual airline that I fly for. So we're flying this beauty all the way up. 505 Assassin, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Moose Crew, sir. What was that horrible noise? Oh, Ish is here. No wonder. I'll explain some things.
Ish is like the little airplane that the little plane goes. Has a little sound to him. He's one of those.
Yeah, it's called an RC. JT Kerr, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Moose Crew, sir. And they just keep coming. Swiss Cheese 7 was Z2B. Z2 Bravo, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Moose Crew.
It seems like Twitch is the better ship for flight sim.
Well, what's happening is John Fly just hosted me, and so he's got a whole bunch of followers into my view all of a sudden. So I'm suddenly getting some love on Twitch, which is awesome. So thank you. Tip of the hat to John Fly there. A very classy man. I do enjoy watching your snack air stuff. Fast Cheetah 702, thank you for the follow. What?
Which Windows sticker say?
Which Windows what?
What does the Windows sticker say?
The window ticker? Oh, you mean on Twitch? Let me find out. I'm looking at YouTube right now.
Look in your aircraft. Look on the left side of the window. There's a sticker on the window.
It says PP. It says PPG. It's who makes the glass.
But you can read all the fine print with it, though.
No, I'm not giving you the fine print.
Give us the fine print.
It's nothing. It's model numbers. It's not even interesting.
Well, we should look at. Well, this is what we do. We talk about random stuff. Look at the random things we see.
Well, you talk about random stuff. The Dirts, thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. And App Love and Peace, thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the Moose Crew, guys.
I am already overlanding it.
Well, yeah, it doesn't take long to get over. You're in Iran. Iowa Scotsman, thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard, sir. Taylor 114E, thank you for the follow. Virus City, thank you for the follow. I'm gonna miss people here because they're all coming too fast.
Just an overload of followers on Twitch.
I know. Thank goodness. Thank goodness for the scrolling thing, because otherwise I'd be missing so many of them right now. Oops. Yeah, it's the same. Okay.
Yeah, I think I might do the same here to get that dual streaming, so I'll throw up and get my Twitch actually working at Twitch instead of just for me to subscribe to Jeff Hodgkin.
Right. Alrighty. Alright, so we're in standard mode now. We've got climbing up through, just about to pass through 20,000 feet.
I'm already contract.
I'm still stuck on the ground.
Al's still stuck on the ground. There should be a setting in the FMC to reset the hot brakes, just so you can, because it's probably a goof, obviously, since you didn't go anywhere.
Oh, you go to the settings, and then you go to maintenance, ground maintenance. And
there you go. John Fly, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Moose Crew, sir. Finbar 367, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Moose Crew. Glad to have all these new friends aboard.
I've had the blue icon switch.
Roger, hey, welcome back, man. But at last, where are we going? We are going to Azerbaijan, Baku specifically, which is the capital of Azerbaijan. And I think, according to where did it go? Oh, nope, they're gone now. Never mind. We were gonna have
Oh, boy.
ATC, but Tehran's ATC left. They saw us coming and went, nope, we're out. So,
I know behind you there's the Moose Tide.
yeah. Nora Viking, how's it going, sir? Is that airline custom made or is that a real airline? No. So yeah, this airline, WestWind, is a custom airline. It's a custom virtual airline. It's not my personal. Like, I didn't make it. I did paint it. Let me put it that way. I didn't make the airline. They've been around since 1996. I joined them in 2007. And Super 80 Tom, thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. Welcome to Moose Crew. And I've been flying for them ever since. I'm actually in management with them. I'm the aircraft manager, so I'm in charge of repaints now. But I painted this aircraft. I painted a number of the other aircraft, the payware stuff. Yeah, I love the 7.4. It's a beautiful aircraft.
Did you finally be able to equip the ability to do the 777 yet?
I have not acquired the 777 yet, no. So, yeah.
Did you get the 777 so I can get a custom paint scheme?
See, it's all about you, Tufte.
You don't have PMDG triple?
I do not, no. I have the 7.4, the 7.3, I've got the Quality Wing 7.8, which I'm going to repaint tomorrow on stream, so if you guys want to see me repaint an aircraft on stream, that'll be tomorrow afternoon Pacific time, probably around 3 p.m. or so, Pacific. So, come check that out if you want to.
I have the PT 777, 737, and 747, and then the Aerosoft A318, A3.
Gotcha. Nor Viking, thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the Moose Crew, sir.
I still gotta figure out how to get my Airbus to not crash when I fly.
That's good. This is the latest
Well,
flight simulator I can buy. So this is P3D V4. This is one of the latest ones. The two competing latest flight simulators out there right now are this P3D V4 and X-Plane 11. Both really good sims. Both have pros and cons to how they do stuff, and they're a little different each one. So I would say there's a demo version of X-Plane you can do. So I would try it and see if that's for you. It is cheaper than P3D at the moment because the non-academic version of P3D is $200 as opposed to the, I think it's like $59 or $69 for X-Plane. So a little more affordable there. X-Plane, I would say, is probably a lot better at simulating the GA stuff than P3D is. I think P3D does a little bit better job with the aircraft that are available for it with PMDG and stuff like that as far as commercial airliners. But it's getting there. X-Plane is getting there. There's some definite contenders on the X-Plane platform. So thank you, John Fly. Restream.io has allowed me to do the two. So I grew up over the last year doing YouTube, and have just recently made the switch, not the switch, but the addition of Twitch. I don't want to leave my YouTube followers behind, so this is a nice compromise to be able to do both. For those of you that are now following me on Twitch or on YouTube, how many of you are going to Flight Sim Expo next week? I will be there. I believe John Fly is going, Cat Strader's going, Chili Willie's is going, Captain Tim on here is going. Let me know if you're going in chat. Love to see you guys there. Super Tom's going. Awesome, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. Get your name on the stream. Christopher Hood, put in chat, not in chat, sorry. Put as a comment on a video or this video, or on Instagram, Facebook, or whatever. Just put hashtag Moose Crew, and your YouTube channel ID. And then I will add you to the Moose Crew list. Christopher Hood, by the way, is going. I already know that. I talked to him yesterday. AZ Jim 320 is going. Awesome. I'll be on a business trip. I'm hoping to go to the one in 2019. All right, JT Kerr. I'm curious if they're gonna where it will be next year, because I don't know if they're gonna keep moving it around or if they're gonna stick with Vegas for a little while. They were in Hartford for like 5 years, so we'll see what they decide to do.
Different organization, though.
It is a different organization now, so it's potential they'll stay there. It could go all over the place. Who knows? We shall see.
You see that Saturday sold out, by the way?
No, really.
Yeah, Saturday's sold out for FS Expo.
Wow, I didn't realize they would actually sell out. That's awesome. That's cool.
They heard we were coming.
Yeah, I guess. I'm glad I got my ticket a long time ago. I'll move around, but I would prefer Vegas. Yeah, it'd be kind of nice to stick with one place for at least a time or two. I love that it's in Vegas because I can drive there. I live in Fresno, California, so it's only 6 hours away from me. So I'll be driving in Friday morning. Try to get there around noon or so. Last year I had to fly all the way to Hartford, so this saves me that trip. That's right, KFAT. The best ICAO identifier in the country.
Well, Sioux City's right up.
Well, yeah, that's true.
SOX.
Yeah. Oh, man. So, yeah, glad to have all these new guys along for the ride. And flying over the desert. Man, visibility is crappy in Tehran. Man, even vertically. This is nasty haze. God. It's all the little tiny island hills peeking up over the haze. That's kind of awesome, actually. Take a picture of that.
It's either that or your 747's where to work.
Well, that. Yeah, I agree. I would vote for keeping it in Vegas for at least a few years before moving it again. So, man, there's soup out here. Yucky. Yucky. Man. It's never played P3G, but I don't know if it has multiplayer, but if it has... So, it's not multiplayer in the sense of what you might be thinking. We do multiplayer through programs like VATSIM or Pilot Edge and stuff like that. So, because it brings in those aircraft at that point. So, right now, Crypto's flying with me. He's ahead of me. He's flying on VATSIM. That's him there with the microphone that only works sometimes. And then
It's my name, Encrypted Pilot.
Al is still, or at least he was still on the ground because he was having problems with his brakes. So we'll see if he gets in the air. But Tim's flying as well today, but he's over in flying Atlanta to Vegas, so he's not anywhere near us because we're over in the Middle East. So, but essentially we're all online together and can see each other if we're in close enough proximity. So, oh, that's what it looks like in New Mexico today, huh?
Wherever you look.
Careful, I'm gonna start referring to you as Princess Jasmine.
No, on a pretty time to
Wow, that was unintelligible and racist all at the same time.
Like listening to Maroon 5 on 78.
Oh, indeed, indeed.
So there is an IT airport that has ITA Sierra X-ray, Echo X-ray.
Right, but that's an IATA, whatever it is. Yeah.
ICAO.
Well, there's ICAO and there's the other code, the non-ICAO code. That's what he's talking about. The IATA code or whatever it is.
IATA.
Yeah.
It's the funny thing is it's
All right, great.
It's the ICAO for it is almost says TCAS, but it is ETAS.
I see. Parth, the yellow sponsor is so on YouTube. There's a couple different ways you can donate to the channel. You can do a super chat. You can donate through Streamlabs, which is in the description down there, or you can become a sponsor, which is a new thing that YouTube started a few months ago, which is similar to the Twitch subscriber, where you do it's like a monthly fee, and you can let it just keep re-upping, or you can only do it once. It's like $4.99 or something like that, and
same with Twitch.
And it gives you a little different identifier to identify you as a sponsor and stuff like that. So that's what that is. So you can do that. That option is, I think, at the top of the chat panel. I think the super chat's down at the bottom of the chat panel or something, and then with that $sign down there, that's the super chat. And then description for Streamlabs donation is in the thing. All of those ways will get you noticed on the screen. They'll all pop up and say, "Hey, you've donated" or whatever. So.
Well, you still update your. You gotta still update your Streamlabs thing because your Streamlabs is only set to YouTube only. If you update with your Twitch information, you do both.
No, it doesn't do anything with it. It doesn't know because Streamlabs just goes to my OBS, and OBS is what's sending it out to the two places. So it'll show on both.
But your Streamlabs should be getting your information from both Twitch and YouTube, and if people are following, it should pop up there saying follower.
And it is.
Really, the last person I see says Chris got subscribed.
Really? Oh,
Yes.
you know why? Because it doesn't have the. I need to update
Twitch.
that. No, well, no, it shows temporarily. I need to update that little thing at the bottom to include followers because I apparently haven't done that. I thought it did that automatically, but it did not. So it has been showing up on the screen on the thing saying they followed, but it's just not updating the running ticker down there. So
Yeah, I'm telling you.
got it.
I've been seeing the screen pop-ups come up, but I haven't seen
Yeah.
the ticker change that.
Got it. So I'll fix that this afternoon. I didn't realize it wasn't doing that. So how do you become an admin for the streams? You mean a moderator? I decide when people get to be moderators. The key is to not ask, and I will, if you're around here enough and I decide I need more moderators, then I will potentially add you. But ultimately, I decide. As one of our presidents once said, I am the decider. All right, let's start looking at charts for Baku. Let's see, easy identifier, uniform, bravo, bravo, bravo. Not that we're that close, but you know. Flight today is going to take us right over Iran, right next to Tehran, the capital, and then over the Caspian Sea up to Baku.
What was that approach again?
I'm looking it up right now. It starts with an H. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. No. Does it? No, it starts with a K. It's the K something one hotel.
The Kupa one?
Probably. Maybe. Let's actually, I can look it up here. It is the, whoops. I thought it was a K. Maybe not. Now I'm confused. Route. Yeah, it's the Koopa 1 hotel.
Okay, I'm programming it.
It's like Mario, Koopa Troopa.
So what was your time and route for, was your sim brief telling you?
Well, SimBrief said it was about 2 hours and 17 minutes. On Flight Live, it's telling me I've got an hour and 34 minutes left. On the progress page here, I'm showing 10:01, and I'm showing 8:05. So I'm showing just under 2 hours on the in the sim. This thing's a little more line of sight-ish and not very accurate. I need to get Project Fly hooked up with it instead of this because that would be better.
I hope. I think Project Fly is like Fly Live.
It's
I gotta test into it.
It's similar. I played with it a little bit, and I like it better. It's not as customizable, but
Yeah.
it's not bad.
I just wish Fly Live didn't take too much draw to do its job.
Yeah. Let's see if show me my. How do I go find my flight right now? It's not in here because it's not logged yet. It's booked. Can I do it on the SimStall thing? No. I guess I could just go find it myself. You'd think there'd be a way to do that better. So this is the map of Project Fly, showing everybody that's on Project Fly right now flying around. We're over here, though.
Which Project Fly setting you back?
It's free. I mean, you can. There's a paid version of it for like different levels. There's a $2.99 per month and a $4.99 per month that allows you to do more in-depth things. But right now, I'm just using the free one while I get used to it.
Good plan.
So there's my flight. You can see going up here. So it shows my. It looks kind of like flight radar, which is kind of cool. So it shows my aircraft there that I put in, and then time and route. What's it saying for time and route? Does it say 1 hour 32 minutes? Let's give me a similar time frame to this one.
Those are other Project Fly aircraft?
Correct. So a lot of Project Fly users out there apparently. It's quite a few actually. So, and not all of them are flying on VATSIM. Some of them are flying on IVAO. Some are flying on VATSIM. Some are flying on Pilot Edge. I don't know why it's saying 0 on VATSIM and 0 on Pilot Edge. This is clearly something's not talking. This is the beta version of this one. So, because I'm on VATSIM, so there's at least one, and I know there's others. So, but it gives you a cool moving map. You can see where you've been.
Was that a Hornet in the U.S.?
What?
Move back over to the U.S. in the map.
How would you?
I saw it's on F.
Oh, this guy here. Let's see who it is. This is F-22.
It's a F-22 cruising in the U.S.
Panama 3, yep.
Wow.
And he has arrived, apparently. He was going to Nellis. From
The
Eglin.
flying in event.
From Eglin to Nellis. Yeah. So, but this is kind of cool too. So if you find a flight, you find someone that you want to, you know, you're like, ooh, I really want to do that flight. You can say copy flight up here, which I can't do right now because I think I'm flying at the moment. Or maybe because they're still en route. Maybe that's part of it. But check out this guy. This is Virgin 43 flying from London Gatwick all the way over to what looks like Los Angeles. Oh, McCarran, sorry. So that's a long flight for him, flying 777. Well, this is good. He says he's flying the 777. Oh, that's his username. Never mind. He's flying the 74. His username is 777-200LR.
That worked though.
Looks like he's got a friend doing the similar thing. Heathrow to Los Angeles here. Man, this guy's been flying for a long time.
No, trust me. Transpac, that's gonna be really fun when we're doing.
So.
Or well, Korea to Hawaii, I should say.
Gotcha. Yeah, check out Project Fly. It's cool. It's Matt Davies' program, I think, is the guy that actually created it or helped create it. So if you know who that is, he's a famous flight sim streamer. Been streaming for a long time, and it's a cool little program to kind of keep track of your fleet. It'll keep a logbook for you, show how much hours you've done in each type of aircraft, and it's just kind of a fun further addition to the sim. So, but like I said, there's a free version, so you can do it for free if you want. If you want to do some of the higher end customizable stuff, you can pay the per month, and obviously that helps the creator as well keep up to date with it. So yeah.
Passing over Oiki.
Yeah. So reminder, guys, tomorrow. Be painting the WestWind version, not the cargo of WestWind, but the passenger version of the Quality Wings 787 that just recently was released for P3D. If you're curious, I did a flight with that last week, Thursday, and a kind of a discovery flight to kind of check it out. So if you want to go see it, that's on my YouTube channel, TheFlyingMoose, TheFlyingMoose, all one word. If you guys are over on Twitch here and you want to find me that way, you can come check that out. I've got a lot of videos. I've been streaming for about this time. Well, a little before, like maybe a week ago, a year ago, because I started the end of May or so, right before Flight Sim Con last year, and been streaming ever since. So a lot of videos. My series, I call it Life in the Left Seat. Primarily, I do a lot of VATSIM, Friday Night Ops stuff, and then this world tour thing we kind of started as a kind of spin-off of just jumping around the U.S. and then kind of doing a Europe tour. I thought, hey, why don't we do a world tour? So that's what we're doing now. So streaming days normally are Fridays and Saturdays, primarily for flying. Thursdays are kind of an up-in-the-air day. I was doing American Truck Simulator a lot. I'm not sure if I'll keep doing that, or I may do it occasionally. This last Thursday I did Tower Pro ATC or Tower 3D Pro, whatever it's called. For the second time I've ever done it on stream. I've played a number of times before that, but so we'll just do some other stuff. The reason for that is I get off work Thursday evening and I don't want to stream too late, and so it's usually kind of short notice to set up a whole flight and do a whole thing. So sometimes easier to do another program, but so yeah. So for those of you watching on Twitch, thank you so much for the follows. Thanks again to John Fly for raiding my channel. That was awesome. And if you haven't followed yet, make sure you do so. And then you can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at FlyingMoose83 is the handle for all of those. So Facebook /FlyingMoose83, Twitter is at FlyingMoose83, and Instagram is Instagram /FlyingMoose83. I always update on those, what I'm going to be doing, when I'm going to be streaming and stuff like that. So it's a good way to kind of keep abreast of what's going on. Next week we will not be flying because it's Flight Sim Expo and we'll be down there. So I'm planning to do some videoing, and it won't be live videoing. There may be a live update, from my like a live log from my computer, my laptop, possibly, depending on the Wi-Fi at the Flamingo, but we'll see. So
that's what. If we stop becoming the flying moose, become the vlogging moose.
No.
I plan onto it. Is once I get into my flight training and stuff, I want to buy another GoPro and get some of the stuff for it. And I'll do while I'm doing my solo flights and such. While I'm doing the hour grinds in between during my college flying, I'll do flight vlogs while I fly.
That's not distracting at all.
Yeah, have you seen the flight vlogs on YouTube?
Yeah, but I think isn't it normally someone else that's flying when that's happening?
No.
Okay.
It's the one thing pilots can do is multitasking.
Just be careful with that. Your primary responsibility is to be watching out the window and looking for traffic. So, especially when you're flying VFR.
You don't look at the camera really. I'll have one camera set at instruments and one looks at my shoulder at the front of the aircraft.
Okay. Parth, I'm not sure I understand your question. What if we are on YouTube? Yeah, on YouTube, it's the same thing. I mean, you're on YouTube. I'm really talking about for the Twitch guys that are new, that are just coming in. You guys are all pretty familiar with the various Instagrams and Facebooks and Twitters and all that stuff. So, Christopher Hood, thanks so much. We'll see you later, man. You have a good weekend yourself. Be safe at work. Talk to you later. So, I was going to look at the approach. That's what I was doing. I knew there was something I was doing. Star, Koopa, where are you? Vo estas de Koopa. There it is. Koopa at 1 Hotel. Come on, give me that. There we go.
My longest leg is 113 miles.
This is an interesting approach. So we come in, almost straight in, and then do a big kind of almost like a DME arc all the way around, and then diagonal in to get back on the runway final. It seems like we're avoiding something, but I'm pretty sure that's just water, so I don't know what they're having us avoid. It's a weird kind of approach. So, moderators, the only thing moderators do that's different than what you guys do is they can put people in timeout, they can ban people. Basically, they're there to make sure if someone's causing trouble in chat that they get dealt with. So I don't, as a streamer, have to do it because I'm busy, streaming. So it's not like it's a... And so the reason I dole that out very carefully is because my moderators have the ability to offend my audience very easily, in the same way I do, of just banning everybody. So I don't want to just make anybody a moderator because I have to trust them. And so the people I've made moderators are people that I've trusted to do the job, and if I feel they're not doing the job correctly, then I can make them not a moderator anymore. But the damage is done once that happens too. So I mean, someone bans someone from my channel for no reason, it's very unlikely that person comes back. And so the way this community works is it's built on people subscribing, people following, people coming and watching the videos and being part of the community. If they don't want to come back, then, and maybe that's just my content, and that's fine. That's why there's so many options out there. But if it's because of something my moderators are doing, then that's not the signal I want to send either. So.
Yep. And looking at the arrival briefing here, for arrivals, this is one of the procedures. Your first thrust after landing between 22 to 06 local time or 17:35. Reverse thrust may be used only in case of idle regarding to nothing involving us, because I'm flying anytime.
I'm going to pull it up over here on the charge cloud so you guys can see what I'm talking about with this arrival. Uniform Bravo. Azerbaijan, star, and we're looking for this guy right here. So here's the airport. We're coming in over here on, I think, actually, are we coming, which one are we coming in on? What's our last waypoint? Oh, Kupat, okay. So we're not quite coming in straight in because we're coming here, but it's close. So we're going to come in from Kupat, and we hit this waypoint here, Bravo 626. We need to be at 6,000 feet and a maximum speed of 210 knots at that point. And then we make a hard left turn over to 624. Same thing, 6,000 feet, 210 knots. 622, 6,000 feet, 210 knots. And finally, 620 at 6,000 feet, 210 knots. And then a nice hard right turn to Karad. And we need to be at or above Karad at 2,000 feet. And at that point, we go on to the approach. So I believe it's for runway 35. To fear the moderators, yeah. So we'll look at runway 35 here. Pull this up. Again, this is Navigraph, so I highly encourage you guys to check this out if you guys need charts. So here's the final. Here's runway 35, almost straight up and down because reasons. So KRAD 2000, BB 800 is the final approach fix right there. And we go down to the runway. Transition altitude is 9,000 feet. Localizer 109.3. And the missed approach is climb on a heading of 353 to 2,000. And then to the 10.3 DME of the Baku VOR. So 353 to 10.3 DME from Baku. Then turn right to BB 615, climbing to 4,000 and hold. So that's this right here. So we climb up to 615, and then we hold and wait for further instruction. In our case, if there's no ATC, we'll basically do that, hit 615, and then get ourselves back on the approach to try again. That would be the plan. There's no need to hold if there's no ATC to tell us to do that, because we'll just hold forever until we run out of fuel. And that's not good. So that's the plan today. Let's look at the...
I'd buy a soda in Vegas if I could see you program that in the FMC without using the already entered arrival.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you can't do the DME arcs in the FMC.
Yes, I know you can, and I've done it before, and I have to tinker with it a little bit because I haven't done it in a while. So, but I have done it before. Let me see here. Airport. That's what I want to see.
What?
Yes. Yes-ish. All right, so this is where we're going today. This is the cargo ramp we're going to be at, which I don't know if that's actually cargo in real life, but in P3D, that's the cargo ramp. In fact, it says C109 for details. Let's see if that's on the other side there. Hangar. It doesn't specify. Oh, look, Charlie. Yeah, cargo. Look at that. Hey, it's right. So in P3D, this right here, C3, I think it is, or C2, it's one of these two. Actually, it may be farther up here. Is number 14, stand 14. That's where we're going. So we're going to land 35, which is this runway here. So probably take a high speed here, high speed Charlie to Alpha, and just take Alpha all the way down to probably not take it down to Hotel. We'll probably take it to Bravo right here and then jump in on Charlie and Park. So that'll be the arrival plan. So yeah. All right. Still got people watching on Twitch, but it looks like they've the chatting is quiet. So feel free to jump in and say hi and ask questions, shoot the breeze. I'm more than happy to not just be talking about whatever comes to my mind and answering your questions and helping you guys out. It's more fun that way. It's more fun when it's interactive.
Yeah, what Moose doesn't know, I'll make.
What Moose doesn't know is what?
I'll jump in and make.
So I kind of go wide of that arc there.
Sorry, what'd you say?
There's the airspace that centers around 9,000 feet. So that arc just covers it around and you just set down, and then once you get about 6,000 feet, you cut it in. So there's a restricted airspace above Hadar.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I gotcha. That's why the altitude restriction. I gotcha. Okay.
And weird, crazy little arc is because out there, you gotta stay to the side of it to a certain altitude.
Got it. That makes
Get
sense.
into it, then you clear it into it.
That makes sense. Mr. Chocolate 17, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Moose Crew, sir. And M3RMOZ, about to make a turkey sandwich. I'd say a sandwich sounds pretty good right now. Actually, I might go to Jimmy John's after this. Get me a roast beef sandwich. That sounds really good. Kind of was craving that the other
Brown's
day.
chicken myself.
Oh, nice.
Now you're making me hungry.
Ramos, am I saying that right? See, people confuse me when they put the letters in their name. I know why you do it, because it's already taken, but, you know, still. Ramos, thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the Moose Crew. Get those golden moose wings. So I ordered business cards for the expo just to be able to hand out if anybody wants them or curious because they're cheap. So they're supposed to be coming they're supposed to be coming today, but I won't receive them today because they're being shipped to the church and the church is closed. So I will get them Monday. So I'm curious to see how this looks out. No, I'm not a real pilot. I have had flying lessons way back in the day, 15 years ago in a Cessna. Did some solo cross countries and things like that, but it's been a long time. I am a sim pilot only. Yeah, so what I know is just based on a lot of time simming, a lot of time watching other real pilots do what they do, advice from other real pilots like Captain Tim here, and but I'm not myself a real pilot, no. Super Atom, yeah, my favorite actually the number 2. I think it's the Big John. I think is what it's called. It's like it's real simple. It's like roast beef, cheese, and lettuce and mayo, and is on the whatever type of bread they have is delicious. It is delicious. I do love Jimmy John's. They are freaky fast and freaky good.
Yeah, it's but one thing that I'm looking forward to Moose is definitely college work.
It's definitely what?
College.
Oh. I'm happy I'm done with that. It's a good experience, don't get me wrong, but you know, homework is homework and papers are papers and meh.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed the experience of it. I didn't enjoy all the work, but that's because it's the work. So, although there were some classes I really thoroughly enjoyed, some classes not so much. We did
That
have
was one of my, if I win the lottery, would go back and audit classes and just hang out at a Big Ten school.
There you go. Yeah, see, and that's when there's not a lot of pressure, you know, it's a whole different ball game. But yeah, I had a professor. I actually had him twice. he was a super hippie, and he brought in a guy from PETA. Both times I had the class to talk to us. That was hilarious. Because I'm from Fresno, so we're a big conservative town, and so like almost everyone in the class is sitting there looking at this guy like, you know where you are, right? We're all going out after this and going and eating beef.
You saw what happened up in San Francisco, didn't you, with the people protesting the prices of housing?
No. Like just recently?
Yeah, they blocked the commuter buses that were going out to Silicon Valley to pick up all the IT guys to come back into the city where they live.
That's funny. I love people when they protest basically the market, because the reason housing is so expensive is because there's a huge demand. So
Yep.
That's how the market works. Like, it's not like someone's out to get you. You're living in a place that everybody wants to live in, and since not everyone can live there, it drives the prices up. It's a very simple concept, supply and demand. If nobody wants to live there, the prices are down. That's why housing's cheap in Fresno. Nobody wants to live here. Although I actually quite like
Indiana.
it. And Gary, Indiana. So, okay, is there something... I've always been curious about this, because they mentioned... They do a dig on it in Futurama, even. And I've heard it a number of times. What is it just like the butt of everyone's jokes, Gary, Indiana? Or is there something specific about Gary, Indiana that I'm not aware of?
Well, Gary, Indiana had the steel mills.
Okay.
U.S. Steel and Republic and everything. And they, of course, died and went away. So there is nothing there. Everybody moved out. It's kind of like Detroit.
I got it.
Everybody moved out.
Gotcha. Okay,
So
that makes sense. Yeah, that's funny. It's just there's a line in Futurama. And he says something about you're going to the worst place in the universe, and says, you mean Gary, Indiana? He's like, please, even I wouldn't send you to Gary, Indiana. It's just like. Your icon. Well, the way I see your icon, let me look and see, because on Restream I don't see your icons. I just see a YouTube icon. So I need to go over Parth. I can't really tell what that is though, Parth. I mean, it's tiny on my screen. This is all I see. It's really small. Here's some deja vu for you. So I don't know what. I'm not sure what that is. You have to explain it to me, because I do not know. I do not know. Captain Tim does not live stream just because I don't know what his setup is or ability to, but that's to say he doesn't prefer to, so.
Nah,
Not everyone.
I'm just too lazy.
He's lazy, there you go.
Yeah.
So.
I do it because it's fun. I really don't care. I have no one watching me, but I do it because it's always a great opportunity because you make two friends that way. Heck, I got Moose that way, and I talk with him. Boom, I got him like a Moose subscriber. I got Moose off of him, which I thank him for being a good friend of mine to fly with.
Yeah. And I've got Crypto, who I can't understand anymore, so, you know. It's
I will figure out what's wrong with his headset.
Oh, cracks me up. Baritone sax, okay. Yeah, it's hard to come across in the tiny little image. Maybe if I zoomed in or something, but awesome. And do you play the baritone sax?
What?
Not you, Parth. It's because Parth says your mic sounds terrible, Crypto, because you live in Gary, Indiana.
I play the bow.
If I lived in Gary, Indiana, I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be a person with I wouldn't have a computer.
If you lived in Gary, Indiana, you wouldn't be breathing.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm probably dead. Come on, a boy like me, I'd be dead that quick. They always get like guitar rims. I would want to. I would some girls, or I was something else. Yes, I am sensitive of your stream news. I was curious if in other words.
I see.
I know he thinks he's making sense, but
yeah.
It's
Well, he might be.
It's not supposed to make sense.
I was gonna say
That's why I'm called encrypted.
it might make sense if we could only understand the words that were coming out. That's the thing.
That's not my name because I talk in like I talk in a way that's if you know what I'm saying, you understand it. But if you don't really know about it, you don't know what I'm saying. So
Gotcha.
that's why I kind of said I should really take the name encrypted for a reason.
I see.
Have you ever figured out why your audio is so poor?
I don't think you
Either
have.
Either A, it's a software, or B, it's just my connectors to the headset.
Hey, cool kid, welcome back. Yeah, Parth, I know. It's my bed needs to be tidied. I ran out of time this morning. I was trying to finish a report, and then it was time to stream, and so yeah, it is what it is. I actually this afternoon I need to clean my room in general because it's getting a little meh. So, but to your question, Mermaz, if I remember how to say it. Captain Tim flies in the real world for a real world airline. We don't say which one because for privacy reasons, but he flies 757s and 767s for a commercial airline. So he is the epitome of a real world airline captain.
Sounds like a Gilbert and Sullivan thing.
Yes. Are you a pirate of Penzance?
Yep.
Well, he's an Englishman.
Bye, Joe. So yeah, if you guys who are part of the Moose crew or just have comments or questions or anything about real world flying, that's one of the reasons why I'm here. That and cheap entertainment.
There you go. Tim will answer your questions 3.
42.
Oh, the old meaning of life, the universe, and everything.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
69.
joke in our mouth.
No, Parth, we do not have snakes. It was very thorough. We checked. There are no snakes on board.
Darn it.
Yeah,
Hey,
darn.
Parth, why don't you watch Soul Plane? That's got better references.
That's right. Or snakes on a plane.
I'm just north of Dallas-Fort Worth now, by the way.
Oh,
in case
nice.
Anybody cares.
North of Dallas. What's your time remaining on your flight?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, stand by.
Standing by.
Hey, about 2 hours still to go.
Got it. All right.
I should be touching down about 2114 Zulu.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry, 2136 Zulu.
Ah. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why my why is that happening? Are you guys seeing the stream buffer on YouTube? Because
I do not.
I think I'm seeing it buffer on Twitch, but maybe that's just because I'm trying to stream and watch 2 versions of my stream at the same time. That could be all that is. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything out of the ordinary.
Okay, good deal. I'm fine if it's just me, but I just want to make sure it's just me. I'm not seeing any drop frames on OBS, so I'm assuming it's just me. But are you leaving, Parth? Oh, you said bye, so I thought. Or did you mean to say hi and you typed a B instead of an H? They are right next to each other, so. They are right next to each other. I'm trying to figure out why I've got such a disconnect in time with the fly live versus what my FMS says. Because it should be detecting my speed and account for that accordingly. Unless it's, well, no, I've got a crosswind for the most part, so. And a slightly a very slight tailwind. So if anything, it should be sooner.
So your question is, why isn't Fly Live syncing up with your FMC?
Well, not that per se, but it's saying I've got 542 nautical miles left to go. I'm showing I've got 579 nautical miles to go. Now that makes some sense because of the end around, and maybe that's where the difference lies. But it seems to be like a difference of like a half an hour, and that seems a bit excessive. So.
Well, one's straight line, and the other one's probably your flight plan.
Well, it is, and that's where I thought the difference was. But again, because of the nature of my flight plan today, it is pretty roughly a straight line until the approach, and the approach isn't that much of a detour, so it doesn't seem to make. Like I expected disparity, but not that big of a disparity.
Well, maybe it saw the Albuquerque video.
Never ceases to. I need to fly that flight again. Need to clear my name. Although it'll probably just happen
that
again.
Should be the last leg of your around the world flight.
Oh, it should be. We should go into Albuquerque. That's a good idea. I was just kind of doing some planning last night on that, and so I think near the end we're gonna do from like Tokyo to Hawaii and then Hawaii to LA, and so maybe I'll do LA to Albuquerque as the very last stint. Just try to redeem myself. It'll probably happen again too. That's sad. It'll probably just be my my white whale. So I will be your baggage and cargo handler for the flights. Check everything must be on the flight. Wonderful, Gemini. As long as you keep the snakes off, that's all I need. Okay, animal control. Oh, goodness. Goodness.
Should land at Midway Island when we're out Pacific.
Oh, there you go. Is there even a runway there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Air Mike used to do it all the time.
Oh, okay.
So the Marines.
Gotcha.
You gotta be careful landing there because of the Goonie birds all over the runway. I kid you not.
I don't doubt it. Don't
It's
doubt
like
it.
landing down at Gitmo Bay with the lizards.
Murmaz, I don't know. It's in beta right now. Some people are releasing images of it. PMDG released some images of it on their Facebook page. So it's soon, but in typical PMDG fashion, you never know when it's going to be released until they suddenly release it. So they don't ever give estimated dates. They just wait till it's ready and done, and then they send it out. So, will they simulate the propensity of GE Engine X to be affected by ice crystal icing? Yeah, who knows? If anybody would, it would be them, because they're very particular about all their simulations and settings and trying to make it as real as possible. But I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, Parth, I go to Oshkosh every year.
Oh, there you go. When is AirVenture anyway?
The end of July.
Ah. It's getting a bit cloudy. What's our weather supposed to be going into Azerbaijan? Let's take a look at the briefing. See what we can expect. We're looking at expected wind 360 at 9. That's good. That's like right down the runway. Clear. Temperature 17, 2.10. QNH 1021. All right. So pretty nice weather. Sirius, the Aerowinks PSX. I'm not familiar with that one. Ramos? Aerowing X? Is that is that like a whole standalone just for the 747, or?
Actually, I have 744 when it originally came out.
Edinburgh to London. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Moose Crew, sir. Welcome aboard. Can't spell
That was probably
arrow.
the first big study sim other than the Elite MD-80.
X.
But that's going back way back day for that one.
Parth, you're going to Oshkosh, huh? Awesome, man.
Hope you've got a room rented already. Oshkosh is incredible.
Yeah, I'll have to go one of these years.
Flying in just scares the mess out of me, though. There's a couple really good YouTubes on the Fisk arrival. That's Foxtrot India Sierra Kilo. You gotta watch those.
I'll have to check that out. Interesting.
It's always interesting.
Yes, I am. Flight SimCon this year. I'm going to both. Curious as to what has been the reason for the quiet. So here's what happened. Super 80 Tom. I was gonna go to both originally, and then I backed out of the con because it was looking like it was gonna be lame. So I would love for you to come back on here and tell me what the experience was like when you go at the end of the month, but I couldn't do both after all because of some scheduling issues. But I signed up for Flight SimCon when it first got announced, before Flight Sim Expo was announced, and got my hotel, got my flight, done, everything. Well, then Flight Sim Expo gets announced, and I'm like, wait, there's two? What's going on here? And so I went and looked at the background history, and as of about a month ago, you know, Flight Sim Expo's got all the people coming to it, all the different exhibitors, and Flight SimCon has like hardly anything related to what I experienced in Connecticut. So I was kind of like, you know what, I'm gonna pull the plug on that one. I'm gonna bank everything on Flight Sim Expo and do that and see what happens. So what happened is the group that took over to manage Flight SimCon, I think 2 years ago. At the end of the conference in Hartford this last year, they got all the exhibitors together and kind of for an informal meeting to talk about next year, ergo this year. And it was kind of suggested by almost everybody and kind of unofficially decided, let's do Las Vegas. It was decided it was going to move somewhere else. They all settled on, yeah, let's go to Las Vegas. Let's do it there. So then this other company that's managing the con basically comes out and announces it's going to be in Dallas. And the kind of the core group of people kind of went, we all talked about doing Vegas. That was the big selling point. Like, what happened? So it was decided, you know what? We're going to go our own way. We're going to create our own. And in doing that, they were able to attract all those vendors to their own event. And Flight Sim Expo has basically supplanted, in my mind, Flight Sim Con. Now, how that pans out, we'll see. But based on what I'm hearing from the community, that's kind of what's going down. So I don't know how well attended Flight SimCon is going to be. I don't know who all is going to be there as far as event style thing. But Expo looks like it's going to be the bigger event. And I wouldn't be surprised if next year Flight SimCon is just gone. It's just Flight Sim Expo at this point. I mean, part of the issue too is, I mean, you really can't have two competing events for the same genre that close to each other in two different parts. I mean, it just and still attract, because all the vendors and stuff. I mean, it just can't happen. I mean, if you were going to space it out, one on one side of the year and one on the other, sure, but it's yeah, it's just, so there was some bad stuff that went down, some usurping of something anyway, but it looks like Expo is set to take the crown at this point, and so that's kind of where most people are putting their eggs in that basket. So I will not be at Flight SimCon. I will be at Flight Sim Expo, which is the Vegas one. I will not be at the Dallas one, and I'll be curious to see what the attendance is like for those that go. So so definitely let me know. Come back and report. I'd love to hear what it was like, if it was worth it, and how many people were there. So yeah, it's definitely a case of what happens when an event group does not listen to the community. That is the reason the event group exists. So, I mean, this group doesn't just do Flight SimCon. They do a bunch of other events. That's why they hired them, because they know how to run events. But you have to listen to your demographic, and if you don't, stuff like this happens. So it is what it is. So it'll be interesting to see. So anyway, yep, that's my soapbox on that. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, plus the whole Dallas Fort Worth versus Vegas. Jeez.
Right, and that was the reason why all the people kind of settled on that originally was, hey, Vegas is such a hot tourist spot, you know, you can get people to come, you know, people are more willing to go and explore an event they're not 100% sure about if there's other stuff to do there too, because if it turns out the event for them is a bust, there's other stuff to do. Like when you go to Hartford, you're going for that, because unless you really are keen on going and sitting on an insurance seminar, there's nothing else to do. So B2, hey, thanks for the follow. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the Moose Crew. So Vegas, it just attracts people in general, and then, you know, we're trying to build this community obviously all the time. So if you get them in there, hopefully you get them to stay, but they're more willing to come to go to Vegas than they will be to go to Hartford or Dallas for that matter. So no, I don't do DCS. I don't have it. I'm not that big into the whole military fighter stuff. I'm more into the commercial aviation stuff. That's just me. Nothing against it. I hear DCS is a great sim, but I don't have it and don't use it, so I don't do videos on it. I don't have X-Plane either right now, although I'm about to get it to start playing with it and tinkering with it, just to have as an alternative as well. Not that I'm going to ever shy away from P3DV4 anytime soon. But it's always nice to branch out and expand. But I don't see myself going to DCS only because I'm not really into the whole military fighter aviation stuff.
Yeah, the only reason I went to plane was because of the 727 and the 757, 767 combo.
Gotcha.
But a lot of developers now are doing the X-Plane as well, with Carenado's porting over a lot of their stuff to it.
Gotcha. Yeah, Super Tom, that works out well because you're doing other things, so it's, you know, reason to go. My only reason to go was for the con, so if it was going to be lame, then I didn't really feel like shelling out $400 for the hotel and you know, $300 for the flight. So. Especially when I can drive to Vegas. So. If it was the only game in town, if Flight SimCon was the only thing, there was no Flight Sim Expo, then I would totally be there. Because like I said, I was already set. I had the hotel reserved. I had the flight planned and everything. So, but when looking at the two,
it would have been a hard sell for me just because the lineup of exhibitors
right
appealed to me there.
Right, it was such a small lineup by comparison to Expo. And again, if it was the only game in town, then all the exhibitors probably would have been there, and it would have been a big smashing success despite being in Dallas. But I think they have a better chance of success. And it just goes to show, they're in Vegas, they've got the exhibitors, they sold out the Saturday event side of it, and there's a competing con 2 weeks later. That tells you right there how much of a better decision it was to go to Vegas than Dallas. So, Tim flies the 7.5 and the 7.6 in the real world. He also has a citation too.
What I'm type rated in.
Yeah.
And type ratings last a lifetime. You just have to be current in the aircraft. So I'm current or not current, but I've typed in the 727, 757, 767, 747-2, 744, the citation series, a number of them actually. B25 I'm typed in. Type ratings are required for turbine and or anything with a takeoff weight of over 12,500 pounds.
Good to know.
I also have a flight engineer's ticket if anybody cares.
What's that? Flight engineer. Oh my goodness. Oh, is this the YouTube video about the what's it called? The approach?
The Fisk arrival. But,
yeah.
What the Bonanzas do is they meet over at Rockford, which is in north central Illinois, just south of the Wisconsin border. And they all meet up there, and then they fly in as one big gaggle. But it's really an incredible video to watch.
That's awesome. I'll check that out after the stream. Parth, your dad has a cousin who works on the A380, like flies on it, or like works with it, like a maintenance whatever. Oh wow, that's cool.
Hey, Super 8, do you ever deal with the guys out of Aurora on their salvage aircraft parts?
Oh, that's awesome, man. Where are you getting all these front sections of this stuff? Man, if you can get me a throttle quadrant from a 747, I would be eternally grateful.
I could do that.
Would love that for my room. Just be a nice piece of 747 history. You have one for a this thing. The oh, you have a 747 cockpit as well. Oh, I need to come to your place, man. What is it you do for a living? Man, I need to take a little vacation trip up to Northern Illinois, see Tim and Super 80 over here. Well, yeah, the U.S. carriers have already phased out the 74, the passenger variants. They're still flying strong for freighters, and they're still flying, the 747 in other countries for other airlines and things. But they're slowly getting phased out. A few companies bought the 747-8 passenger, and so they'll be around for quite a while still because they're new. And the 747-8 freighters mean the plane itself isn't going away anytime soon, at least not as a freighter. But yeah, passenger-wise, they are slowly being phased out for the most part, just because of economics. It takes a lot. It takes a lot more effort and money to maintain a 4-engine plane that does a 2-engine plane. And with all the ETOPS programs now, airlines can operate the big long routes on 2 engines as opposed to 4. So Boeing follows the order books. So if no one orders the 747, then they stop making it. I mean, they're not going to make airplanes for something no one's going to buy. So I know they scaled back production. UPS recently placed an order for, I think, a number of 747 cargos. So they'll be building them still for a while. And but they're not building them very quickly. They're kind of keeping it slow, trying to see if they can get some more orders for it. I don't know that we'll see any more orders for the passenger variant, though, at this point.
Yeah, Tom, those are the guys I'm talking about, is the ones Loft guys. They're out of, I think, Spirit Grove or Aurora, somewhere down there.
Austrian controller. I don't work for Boeing. I don't know what Ramos does. Yeah, I would imagine there's no more 747 packs being built. Ramos, you said you're working on your type rating for the 7.4? Do you fly for an airline, I'm assuming? 72 panels, my goodness. Fourth one. Oh, okay. I think I understand now. Wait, what? No, Tim is not 82 and I am not 22. So wrong on both counts.
That's right, take off the moderator.
Yeah, it's not a good plan. Yeah, they do. In fact, that's who Jacksonville Jaguars were using for their charter this last year for their NFL games was Atlas Air. Their 7.4s. As combat flight simulators. They're used, DCS is essentially a combat flight simulator. There used to be, back in the day when Flight Simulator X came out originally, there was actually ones called Combat Flight Simulator 1 and 2 and stuff like that. And they were a lot of them were aimed at like World War II style aircraft, like the P-51s and P-40s and stuff like that. So they were okay for their time. Like I said, I never really got into them very much because it's just not my thing, really. But DCS is a combat flight simulator. It's all fighter aircraft for the most part. And Well, that's cool, Super 80. I now know and understand what you're doing, so that's awesome.
Actually, you have the Microsoft combat flight simulators, and they're pretty good. They still hold their own.
Yeah, I think I had the second version of one of those at one point.
Yeah,
Back
and
in the
then
day.
the ones out of the Soviet or the Russian one on the Illusion 2, the IL-2 or whatever that one is, that's a good sim for
really?
combat. And then they've got the Battle of Britain one that's on Steam right now.
Oh,
the
cool.
Cliffs of Dover, whatever it's called.
Two was a lot of fun.
Caspian Sea, 2 o'clock.
What'd you say about 1 o'clock?
Caspian Sea.
Oh. Yeah, we should be getting closer ourselves. Let's check Project Fly. Oh yeah, we're getting there. In fact, we're just about to hit. This is Tehran right here, I believe. Or maybe not. Yeah, there. Yep, Tehran. So we're about to fly over Tehran.
You're about ready to hit Albuquerque Center airspace.
Turn that seatbelt sign on. Yeah, there's a lot of people in our virtual airline that still fly FS9 that never made the jump to FSX. It's amazing how long that one held on just because of people not wanting to go to FSX because of issues with system compatibility and requirements.
Well, yeah, and FS9 had great sims. The PSS 757 and the Dream something, I think, the 727 one, which it was an excellent 727 sim. Whoever put that one together knew what the 727 needed.
Gotcha.
It's the only sim I've seen where you had to manually parallel the generators before you bring them online.
Oh, nice.
Incredible.
That's cool.
Just had flashbacks thinking about it.
Getting a little bit of turbulence up here over Tehran.
Yeah, the mountains are over here.
What was that?
It's the mountains.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's nothing like a sim that requires you to actually operate the panels correctly or it doesn't work. That's the kind of stuff I'm always looking for, because otherwise, just like, all right, I'm flipping switches for nothing, because I can not flip the switch and it'll work, or I can flip the switch and it'll work, and it still, it doesn't matter.
That is absolutely nothing.
That is lame. Yeah, it's when they absolutely have to do it correctly, and that's why I love PMDG. Because they do a bang-up job, generally. I don't know. Well, Ishish is still... he's still connected to TeamSpeak. I don't know if he's still here. Ishish, are you still around? Yeah, there he is. Yeah, he's still here. He's just quiet.
He sounds depressed.
I don't know who.
What's the matter? Did you?
I'm not
get
sure.
grounded?
Yeah, I'm not sure who Greg is though. You keep referring to. Chris D is the other guy that's been here a lot in TeamSpeak, and then occasionally Pinto. But neither of them are named Greg that I'm aware of. So.
Oh, by the way, you had to do another 717 update this morning, so they apparently just released another one.
Oh gosh. So something must have been goofy with something. That's interesting.
Yeah. Or they needed it ready for the expo.
Yeah, probably. I would
Yeah,
imagine.
I guess they're going to be there too.
Yeah, they are. Well, it's funny too. I remember talking to the guy that's in charge of their like public relations at the con last year, and my question specifically was, "Hey, when are you guys going to release the paint kit?" And his answer to me was, "Oh, it's coming out any day now." And here we are, a year later, it's still not out. It's supposed to release with 1.1, but 1.1 was soon in January, and we're still not even to that yet. So.
Right up there with the Level D 757.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I haven't heard a word about that. I mean, I previewed it a little bit at the con last year, but I haven't heard a word out about it.
Yeah.
So, what's the word on that aircraft? Like, what's it supposed to be? The feature, what they say is supposed to be part of the aircraft.
Well, it's supposed to be a really nice Level D did some really nice study level style sims for the 7.6. And there was rumor a long time ago, way back in the day, they were going to do a 7.5 that never materialized. Well, now, apparently that's been revived. They actually had a beta version that I was able to test at Flight SimCon last year, but I still haven't heard a thing about it since then. So I don't know what the deal with that is, if it's still a thing, I don't know. But you talk about a slow-moving target for getting something out and done. That's the epitome of that.
Hey, if PBG, with their pre-release is like $1 million.
Yeah, I know. They just do that to tease you. What's funny is everyone freaks out when they do that and like, wait, it's going to be that much? No, it's just them saying you can't buy it yet.
They have had people buy them at that price. It's like, really? Here's the beta.
Yeah, I don't think anyone actually... Well,
It'll botch up your PayPal.
yeah, right? Dude.
Yeah, so the new tower is probably going to get a new motherboard. That's what I'm thinking about. Possibly tossed in there now. Speaking of that new tower, that's my tower I told you about. I still haven't gotten a crappy little keyboard to use. So I'm thinking about just buying the bullet and probably buying a $300 motherboard.
Probably good, because it'll probably fix whatever's happening right now with that mic of yours. Or we can only hope. Anyway.
Yeah, that string and tin can has definitely seen its better days.
It has. And laptop versus tower really doesn't... Yeah, laptop versus tower doesn't mean anything. It's all about the hardware inside. You can have a tower that's worse than a laptop. So, the fact that it's a tower doesn't mean anything. It's the guts that matters.
That's the point. A new tower for me equals better hardware, or better updated graphics, and things I can keep updating. Whereas a laptop, you're kind of limited.
Gotcha. Super 80, yeah, I doubt if anything PMDG will announce the 717 as a project, because TFDI is already, working on a real nice one that everyone's using, so I would doubt it, but who knows? You never know. They could just decide we're doing who knows what, but...
Yeah, that DC-6 or whatever they released really threw me.
Yeah, that was really kind of a random one for PMDG.
That's a lot of background work to understand those systems.
Yeah.
Maybe they're going to do a Lockheed Electric.
Yeah, there you go. Or a Constellation, yeah.
I think there's already a good one out there. Didn't A2A do one or somebody?
Someone did one a while back. I don't. It might be A2A. Someone also did the Boeing Stratocruiser. I can't remember
The SSD?
the what? Not SSD. That's no the Stratocruiser. That's like an old piston propeller deal.
Oh, that aircraft.
It's a B-29.
Yeah, basically.
Stratofortress.
No, that's Stratofortress. I'm talking about Stratocruiser.
I know. It's the same concept as the plane.
Yeah, that may be, but it is different.
I'd love to.
It's true,
maybe
Super
get
8
the Concorde.
Well, that's true.
That would be a challenge.
Actually, you know what? That would be really cool. PMDG. I would be all for PMDG doing a Concorde. That would be really awesome. That would be really awesome because there's an aircraft that you need to know all these different systems and fuel management. That's a fun because it's a super study level sim aircraft if you do it right. That would be really cool.
Everything happens really fast.
Yes, it does. Someone just asked, "How's the flying?" Parth, what do you mean by the flying schedule? What's the? I'm not sure I understand the question. Here's the Caspian Sea, guys. We're coming up into as we cross the mountains here. What do you think Aerosoft's working on? I think they might be working on an A330. You know what? I'll give anyone credit if they work on anything other than an A320 anything, because there are so many versions. Everyone keeps releasing an A320 this and A319 that, and it's all basically the same aircraft. And everyone's always, when's someone going to release an A380? When's someone going to release an A340? There is like no good payware Airbus aircraft besides the A320.
CLS is an A340.
I said good.
It's CLS. It's commercial level, quote unquote.
Quote unquote. And call me when you can remove the air quotes.
I only go because I had one when I was younger, and that was when I was still like 13-year-old, still playing FSX, not like doing FSX. So it's been a while and several years.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, like when you will stream. So, so flying schedule is a little up in the air at this point, only because of the expo next week. So probably not going to fly on Thursday because I don't usually fly on Thursdays. It'll probably be something else. And also I'll be busy getting things packed and ready to go for the next morning. We will not fly next Friday, Saturday because of the expo. The following week,
I will be flying though.
I know you will be. They're asking me though. The following weekend is my ZLA dinner in LA, so I will be out of town that weekend as well. So 2 weekends in a row. Will basically just be Thursday streams for that. I might my choir season is ending, and so my Wednesdays are freeing up. So I might do some things occasionally on those weeks on Wednesday, just to kind of because of the lack of content, I might do that. We'll see. This Wednesday, it's very likely I'll be doing something with the parents for birthday, so probably not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday's a possibility.
You gonna shoot video as you drive from Cali to Vegas?
I am gonna do that, yes. So I'll have that video during the week. I'll do the post production on that and upload that, so you'll get that. I'm also
American Truck Simulator.
There you go.
Nobody knows the difference.
It's a low riding truck. And then I'll probably take some video with the GoPro at the expo itself and do some kind of a montage-y type recap thing there too. So I'll have that to upload. So there'll be some stuff to upload, but I won't be flying again as far as streaming goes, probably until the weekend after Father's Day. So just FYI. So that's why I wanted to fly today, to make sure I got one more kind of big flight in before we kind of go on hiatus for 2 weeks because of all the traveling. So yeah. So that is the plan.
It's amazing how everything breaks in between. We just don't even touch it.
What do you mean?
Oh, I just haven't heard of FSX in like 10 days, so I fired it up and had to do updates, and then
Oh.
I had to one of my licenses for something. I'm like, well, I don't even remember ever getting this, but they kept asking me for sign on for that, and I'm like, crap, come on, just let me fly.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's why I've noticed whenever I don't touch the simulator for too long, I almost have to get in and do something, short term just to make sure it's all working before I stream, because stuff like that will happen. Some update broke something, or I have to update Steam, or OBS needs an update and it's going to take forever, and it's like, when you don't keep it
Plug
current.
and play. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. When you don't keep it current, it is kind of a bear. Super Tom, you're asking Chris. I don't know who the Chris is you're asking. I'm Mike. This is Captain Tim. Excuse me. Phlegm. And then Ish.
60 miles, top of descent.
60 miles?
That's right.
Alright, I am showing 236 from destination, so yeah, we're getting there. Let me see what my top of descent. About just over 80 miles from top of descent for me. What flight level are you at?
300.
Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay, Super Tom. Yeah, no, I'm Mike or Moose. You can call me either one. But I'm not Chris. Right now, I just fly P3D. I have FSX and FSX Steam Edition. I haven't flown them on stream in forever now. Fly exclusively P3D. I'm looking at getting X-Plane here very soon. I was actually about to pull the trigger on X-Plane, and then Quality Wings released their 8.7 for P3D, and I went, squirrel! So, but I'd like to get X-Plane, at least toy around with what it can do, and start getting some things. I'm really interested to look at possibly the 757 that Tim is always raving about, and their 2.7, because those are two aircraft I really love and would love to have more study level style sims for. So, but yeah.
I'd
So
love to fly a shared cockpit in the 727.
yeah, that would be a lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun.
That's a handful to fly, because
Yeah.
you have no FMC or anything of that.
Right.
Navigating VOR to VOR, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's all old school. I love doing that every now and then. So, yeah, I'm probably after Expo, I'll probably be pulling the trigger on that and getting X-Plane and start doing some things in that. And then we'll do some streams with X-Plane every so often and stuff like that. I don't have either yet. V3 fly Jason. Oh, nice. So, Super 80, do you do both? Do you have X-Plane as well? Stuff, yeah. Oh, you don't have either yet. Okay, I gotcha. You just have the actual cockpits. I gotcha. Or you're using the FSX right now, or FS9. Gotcha. All right. Cool deal. And combat sims, yeah. We still don't have any, no, okay. Didn't think so. Let's take a look at Project Fly here. Yep, so there we are over the Caspian. We're about to enter Azerbaijan airspace there. This guy.
I'm letting myself up, so I'm not landing with 121 pounds of fuel on board.
Why do you have that much fuel on board?
Because my default set is set to long haul.
Right, but you don't do any kind of like fuel planning and reload before you take off?
I don't have that stuff.
What do you mean you don't have that stuff? You have access to SimBrief, it's free. No excuses.
I'm sorry, I like adding extra contrails.
You what?
I like adding extra contrails.
You like polluting the environment with jet fuel, I see.
Well, if I was flying F-100, just don't burn.
Gotcha.
The Australians do.
Yeah. As Tim would say, you clearly don't have any profit sharing.
Usually they literally times up just sometimes do multiple hops. They'll do a hop to from a outskirt to a hub and a hub to a long haul. Usually if I have full.
Well, that's true, and they might take the fuel for it, but they'll make sure they're above their or they're below their maximum landing weight, so they don't have to dump the fuel. Otherwise, there's no point in tankering it with them. Oh, I just realized. There you are. I had my TCAS on, but I didn't have the actual display on. I was going, I wonder why I can't see crypto. Oh, there he is. So I got you about just about 25 miles in front of me, it looks like.
You see my contrail?
No, but I see you on the fish finder.
I see my fish finder.
Boom, 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 boom. Dum, 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 dum. Okay, so our initial descent will be that's at or above 9,000 for Kupot. In fact, I'm going to change that to a hard altitude because otherwise this thing's going to freak out. Learned that lesson the hard way.
Yeah. Always a little bit high there.
Yep. There we go. There we go. That brings my top of descent down a little bit. So we're going to set 9,000 in the MCP. Nope. There we go. And let's get the altimeter setting for Azerbaijan.
Uniform Bravo, airport information, Papa 2000, Zulu, weather, wind 354, at 9, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 16, 2.9, QNH 1021, advise on initial contact that you have information, Papa. Uniform Bravo, airport information, Papa.
Alright, we got winds 354 at 9, visibility 10, temperature 162.9, and altimeter 1021. We'll go ahead and set 1021. And I believe, what I say, 9,000 was the transition altitude? Yeah. So let's go ahead and update that down here. About 90,000. All right. And let's see, we're estimated to be, what's our progress? Looking at 43 even.
I wanted to say.
What?
I'd be on this.
Oh.
I'd be laying with 110.9 thousand pounds fuel. Or 110,000.
Of course, you know, it'd be cool tomorrow for the repaint is if the sim actually takes into account the weight of the paint that you apply to the aircraft.
That would be
Probably not.
cool. Probably not, but that would be cool. Alright, our VREF's going to be 156. We are 10 miles from top of descent. Go back to the legs. Auto brake to 2. Turn the seatbelt sign back on. And we are ready. You just like saying your name, I think.
Yeah, he probably does. I gotta go. Let's see.
I think from this time around, I'll probably
All right,
be
C-Man.
flying ETH for the next airline. The next time we do.
And there is top of descent and aircraft going down. Good. All right. I like when it behaves.
Maybe we're going down.
Yeah, not that kind of going down.
I think we should do a multiplayer session one day, just kind of the few of us.
Again, what do you mean? Like, how?
So there's an application called Join FS. It will allow cross multiplayer between FSX, PD3, and Explain.
Oh. Well, perhaps. You need to get... homework assignment. You have to get your mic fixed first.
Okay.
There you go.
I would do random testing, but it's kind of hard when I can't message you say, get on Moose, so I can check my microphone. Because when I'm running all my streams from there, it works fine. I'm running certain things, it works like shit.
Uh-huh.
I think it's probably a CPU load that's kind of causing it.
What is your CPU loading like right now?
I have no idea.
Why
But
don't you,
isn't it like too bad?
well, why don't you open it up and find out real quick? It's not hard. Control, delete. Just don't hit that twice.
It's at 38%.
Well, it's not CPU load, though, if you're only at 38%.
I don't know. I can't. I gotta figure it out because I don't have any other microphone besides my built-in computer one, but now it sucks.
Are you using a headset, or are you using, like, a...
I'm using a headset.
Okay.
But my headset also has a weird knee that you probably hear.
It's funny. I thought I saw someone else's contrails just going across here, but there's nobody else on... Yeah, who
What?
is this guy? There's someone else's contrails going some weird direction over here, but it's not you, 'cause it's perpendicular to my flight path. But they're not showing up on VATSIM. That's the tail end
Is
of
it
it.
AI?
So that's a hard 90 too. Wow. No, it wouldn't be AI. Well, it couldn't be AI because I don't have AI turned on. That's a goofy. That's just weird. I don't know what the heck that was. I don't know.
My streams have been constant going. I mean, my set rate's at 4,000, so it's been steady around that. Cruising at like 26.1 frames a second though.
Gotcha.
So I have my FSX and my my stream filter will not go above 30 FPS. And it takes my quarter is taking 27% of the CPU load.
Gotcha. Is your sound card built into the motherboard, or is it? Oh, it's a laptop, right?
Yeah, it's a laptop.
Yeah, so it's built in. Okay.
But so my new tower currently has a extra audio card.
Uh huh.
But it's like some sort of special audio thing for it. The new motherboard I'm looking at doesn't have that.
Oh, okay. Well, and it's not necessarily like my audio is built into my motherboard. I haven't had an external sound card in a long time, so it doesn't necessarily mean. But if it is external, it's something you can try to replace and see if that's the problem. But if it's built in, obviously, then the motherboard is the only thing you can replace. So.
Well, the new tower, originally I went with the motherboard because a new motherboard will be smart for the fact that it's easier to upgrade to with graphics cards and it'll be working more with USB than old school keyboard like the one currently needs. So it'll be up because it has a pretty decent GPU onto it. So all I need to do is if I take the motherboard first, it'd be well needed update for it.
Gotcha. Is your headset right now? Is it a 3.5 millimeter or is it a USB?
3.5 millimeter. I right now with VATSIM, all my USB ports are taken up. My external hard drive takes up one, my joystick takes another one, and my mouse takes up my third.
Oh, you need to get a little.
I only have 3 USBs.
You need to get a little hub.
I had a hub. I kept having issues with it.
You had a hub, but what?
I kept having issues with it.
Oh.
Like it would be one. Like I had in my old headset. I had a USB headset that got broken. That broke on me. And I plugged in the joystick with that headset. It would keep switching between the joystick and the headset was reading from.
I see.
You scared, dude? You can't go.
My HDR lighting is turned off or something. I think I messed it right now. It's for another time. Captain Tim eats food, from what I understand. He was talking about going to getting some chicken place for lunch or dinner or wherever.
Yeah.
So.
I'm gonna get Sonic, actually.
Yeah, I think I'm getting Jimmy John's after this. What was that?
Yeah, it's coming up on Fork here. for you, Crypto, the big hands on the little hands on the floor.
You know, that's a sad statement of reality today. Is most kids coming out of schools today can't read analog clocks.
Or write cursive.
Or that.
I can still write cursive. It's not that needed. I can still write it.
I always thought it was funny, though, the analog clock thing, because every school I've ever been in, and this is when I was subbing, and so these were junior hires at this point, but every school I've ever subbed in had analog clocks on the wall, and that was the only clocks they had. And the kids would ask me, "Hey, when do we leave? Are we almost done with school? Are we like?" I was like, "Look at the clock." It's like, "Oh, you don't know how to read that." Are you kidding me? Like, when I was in school, if I learned nothing else, it was how to read that thing, so I knew when I could leave. Like, just for the desire of knowing when do I get out of here, I wanted to know that. Like, I would figure it out. Like, look at when you leave, look at the clock and go, what does it look like when you're going to leave? That's all you have to do. You don't even have to understand how to read it to know that. Cracks me up. Like, really, kids? Can't even, like, think a little bit out of the box? Oh, Fridays. I haven't been to Fridays in a long time. As in TGI Fridays? I assume.
Add a marker.
Yeah, they closed the TGF Friday up by me and put in, what did they put in there? Chick-fil-A.
Oh.
Yep.
And then we got Anyways and Texas Roadhouse is going back in.
Oh, I love Texas Roadhouse. Their sweet rolls, or whatever they're called, are amazingly good.
I may just get some deep dish Chicago pizza and sleep until Thursday.
Oh, if wishing made it so.
On turn to Bravo 626.
Yep. You just passed Capat, right? Or whatever that is. Capat?
Yep.
Yep. Yep, I see ya.
You know what they say in cartoons when they can't say Capat?
Sorry, what?
You know when in some cartoons where the kid gets pat on the head?
Oh, okay.
When it's an action film, they put Capat.
Oh. What do I like to eat? I love a lot of things. I love a good steak. I love bacon. Really, almost any kind of meat is good, as far as I'm concerned. Do love pizza. Pizza's good. I'll tell you what I really enjoy is going to those Japanese teppanyaki places, and some of their fried rice is amazingly good. And you get that with their filet mignon and the fried rice. Oh, I'm happy as a clam. Yeah. I'm a steak and potatoes guy. Actually, speaking of which, give me a good baked potato with some cheese and bacon. And, yummy.
I know where you're going to be on the weekend.
Yeah, right?
I like a good omelet.
Oh, that's okay. FMC.
Make a left turn and setting my flaps to 5.
Since when did moose eat steak and bacon? This moose eats steak and bacon. The actual diet of a real life moose is like bark and lakeweed, and I don't go in for any of that, so...
And the occasional Chevy if it's standing on the road.
Yeah. Exactly.
It'd be fun landing. My flight sim gave me dance fog at the airport.
Pull that back in. Landing lights coming on.
So if you set your aircraft to ILS and you set the altitude,
Wait,
your
what?
aircraft will automatically, if you set your altimeter altitude,
Mm-hmm.
you intercept the ILS,
Yeah.
For the altitude for it. As your aircraft descends on the descent to the altitude, like each marker, it will automatically be on sloping path to intercept those altitudes to make it go through point to point. It'll automatically descend as it descends.
I don't think I understood what you said, but okay. I think what you're saying is the magenta line path, the VNAV path, will follow the appropriate descent all the way down to the runway for the most part, because that's what's programmed in the FMS. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm aware of that, yes.
Like I set my altitude to 2,000, which is the ILS intercept altitude for it, and it's just, as it pings up, it just stops you at the altitudes.
Right.
Or you could just do vertical speed and set the arc right at the end of the runway.
That works too.
Yeah, I remember I showed that to a first officer, and he looked at me like a puppy looks at somebody showing him a card trick.
How'd you do that? Tim, if you ever whenever you retire, you should become a flight instructor. You'd be perfect at it.
I should do what?
Flight instructor.
No, having people try to kill me, not my idea of a good time.
What part of 210?
Apparently there's a thunderstorm rolling in right now where I'm at.
Okay, this thing doesn't understand this, so we're gonna do it ourselves, apparently. Hold that.
What you get going on, Moose?
Well, the FMC doesn't seem to understand what 210 means on a speed restriction. It would prefer to hold 230 for some reason. Not really sure why.
You put appropriate flaps in?
Well, I was getting to that point, but it wasn't there yet. It should have dropped the thing before that.
Yeah, once I started hit the 250, the first marker, I dropped my first notch of flaps and just the aircraft starting instantly.
Yeah, so I'm now flaps 1 now, but it was not cooperating before. All right, Baxter, yeah, we're going to paint tomorrow. We're going to do that tomorrow around, probably around 3 Pacific, 3 p.m. Pacific. I'm going to do the special stream tomorrow for the painting. So I decided this is going to be my last flight before Flight Sim Expo for a while, so I want to do one more flight, and then we'll do painting special tomorrow. So.
Well, actually, you should just have a flight running in the back while you're painting.
Oh, there you go.
Or better yet, just paint the airplane that you're flying.
It's like building it as it goes. Yeah.
Now that would be some talent.
That would be talent.
Though I sit there at the railroad crossings and watch the graffiti on the rail cars go by and just marvel at some of the artwork that they do.
Some of it is quite impressive.
Approach is now armed.
Maybe I have to take the hash at go-go when you're in Vegas.
Take the what?
Hash at go-go. It's a restaurant, several restaurants in Vegas that are themed on Indiana.
That sounds hilarious.
You can Google it.
I will have to do that. That's funny. Parth, I already explained to you the yellow sponsor. It's a it's if you sponsor the channel by you pay. It's not free. It's like a $4.99 a month or something like that, or $3.99 a month or something like that. The link is in the chat. I think it's the top of the chat box for you. So that's how you get the sponsor. Our Bauer has that because he sponsored the channel, and we thank him for that. All right, about to turn toward our Karad waypoint here, at which point we'll go down to 2,000, so we're going to set that.
I'm in the clouds.
You're in the clouds?
Yes.
Hmm.
I'm 13 from Crad.
Yeah, I see you. What's your speed you're doing right now?
I'm holding 210.
Okay.
What's your speed?
I'm slower than that, so I'm going to try to... So you're only like 8 miles in front of me, so I'm going to try and slow up even more, so that way we have some space for this.
Yeah, I have my flash at 25, my fake gear lights blaring at me. No, I'll put gear on my turn when
So-
the autopilot turns final.
Yeah, so why do you have your flaps down so early then?
It's just extra drag to help me slow.
Okay.
Obviously not profit sharing.
Yeah.
Emirates, they don't. They own 777s.
Who owns 777s?
Emirates, they own a ton of them. They're like
Oh, I know.
the largest wide-body fleet in the world.
What are you, with your EFB, are you getting, you talking about EFB on one of the sims, or you have your, like, your own EFB, like, standalone kind of thing? Dum 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 dum.
I sent you the Vegas one there, Moose.
Ah,
I think you're 700 feet below me. Not 800.
yeah, I don't know what this thing is doing half the time. It's not holding profile, it's just going down to 2,000 as fast as it can, for some reason. So, it'll get on profile again here shortly, because it'll hold 2,000 until it gets to the end of the runway. Sometimes I don't understand what its logic is. Hash house. Oh, look at that. Interesting. Let's explore that. That's funny. It would have been much more efficient to go down with the profile, but okay. Apparently not. Alright, so Crypto, you should be entering final here pretty soon. According to my radar. Oh, you have the Velosoft EFB, I gotcha. Ray will connect to the display unit to the data manager. Oh, that's weird. Bum bum bum, ba-dum bum bum bum, ba-dum bum bum. Bum bum, ba-dum bum ba-dum. Bum ba-dum bum bum, bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum. Azerbaijan. EGCC, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. We're just about to land, just in time. And I lost crypto. You're on final still, crypto, right? Oh, nope, crypto's gone. What happened to him? Is it later on? No, not later. I'm gonna be trying to mess with some things, and gotta get some work done. So yeah, just today. Are you talking about controlling? I don't think I'm going to. Not today. Very much so, 747 fan. I love the 47. Some sandbars out here in the water. I think crypto might have disconnected. I wonder if he lost. I wonder if he crashed. Like his whole computer crashed or something. Because I do not see him. I got the glide slope and the localizer online. There are no snakes.
The moment you're on register on final, and the power goes out.
Oh, that sucks.
I hear a thunderstorm outside. So like my hand just went the I give up hand toss of like, yep, I give up.
Yep. That sucks.
I'm gonna once this is already uploaded, so I'm gonna let it finish its post and such, and go up to the end of it. For those of you who want to see anticlimactic ending, just say land safely, taxi to the parking area, shut down ready for the next section.
Yeah. Just gonna manually take it.
Yeah, and with the computer saying, "Yep, screw you, I'm shutting down," I'm gonna go, "Okay, I'm gonna get some food now." Also, how's my microphone sound?
That's better.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Well, right now it's clear.
-3.
Right now it is clear.
Okay, so it's probably either Fly Live or OBS.
Right, or a combination of all of them.
Yeah, we need to sit with either you, some friends of mine, and do some testing.
Yes. All right, runway in sight. Go ahead and assume we got clearance to land at this point, because there's no controllers. And we will bring in. Bring the power back a little bit. We'll go flaps 20, gear down.
In answer to your question there, Brian, on VATSIM, when you see other airplanes around you, those are other sim pilots that are logged onto the system.
Yeah, they're not, unless you still have your what do you call it, your AI traffic turned on, then it could be that too. But it's not recommended you have the AI traffic on when you're flying on VATSIM, because they won't be under control of VATSIM, and so you get planes flying into your flight path that wouldn't otherwise be. And flaps coming in full. Spoiler armed.
Alright, well, I'll see you later, Moose. Have a great night. Have some fun tomorrow. And I'll see you whenever you pop your head into my streams next weekend.
Alrighty. Let's have a good one, man.
Yep, see you guys. See you, Tim. Have safe travels and safe flights for an upcoming week.
Thanks, Crypto. You take care. Keep your head down.
Why? I keep up all the times. See you.
Gemini Jet's nice use of the the symbolism there. I like it. Lending. 20. That was gorgeous. All right, we are on the ground in Azerbaijan.
What was your refs when you were coming in?
What was that?
What was your VREF speed on short file?
It was, well, it was set to, what was it set to? It was like 156.
Ah, okay, that's why.
Yeah, it's pretty high. Is this taxiway or bust? Pull the flaps in. Landing lights off. Spoiler coming up. This little hair turn here.
Yeah, that's nothing. You should try a reverse high speed if you really want a good turn.
Yeah, right. Oh, nice, Brian. Passed the initial so that's the VATSIM exam, right? Not for any particular ARTCC? If that's the case, then what you need to do next, I think you take that with that passage, you go and apply to a specific ARTCC. So if you want to if you want to control for Oakland Center or LA Center or Seattle Center, you go to their ARTCC site and sign up there, I think it is, or you sign up through VATSIM to them. It's one of the two. And basically then you start going through their training program, if I recall correctly. If memory serves. I'm going to go ahead and fire up the APU because I'm going to need it anyway to open that cargo door. So we might as well. And then we could shut down the aircraft engines while we're waiting for the cart to show up anyway. Alright, flaps are up, slats are up. Turn the strobes off. APU's coming online. Let's get these guys. We want parking 14. Rep cargo, no. There they are. I joined the Oakland one, but I never got account information. Okay, with the passage, I don't remember if they contact you for the next steps or how that works. You might poke around the VATSIM site and the Oakland site and see if there's something that you need to do further. If I recall correctly, when I joined LA, it took a few days after I passed the test for the stuff to log in because it like has to go through their process or something. So it may just be a waiting game now that you passed it, unless you passed it like a week ago. But if you just passed it like yesterday or something, then give it a few days and see what happens, because I think there is a little bit of a time gap there, if I recall correctly. How do I use GSX in FSX? So if you bought GSX, you install it into FSX, and then to interact with it, I think what the key command is Control F12. Will bring up that menu that you see me bring up every so often, and that's how you can initiate the services. So they'd send me the account info soon. Okay, so yeah, just wait for them. They'll send you it soon. It does take a few days, so that's normal. If you don't hear anything after a while, you might go into what do you call it, their forum, and just say, hey, I signed up. I passed this. I haven't heard anything. What's going on? But Restless EMT is saying they're a little slow at their training, so FYI. By the way, Restless EMT, welcome to the stream. Good to have you. Nope. We're doing that again. Don't. Geese, stupid. At least didn't do that on landing. Sorry, C1 center certified control. It took me 3 months to be able to schedule a time for a major checkoff for ground. Oh my gosh, 3 months. Jeepers. That's pretty slow. Something numbers beast. Don't you get bored after a while? Occasionally. That's why I like doing the streaming with people, because you're chatting with people and talking. So, but yeah, once you're at cruise, there's not a whole lot to do, and keep yourself entertained. So I entertain myself through you guys. If I wasn't doing that, then I'd find something else to entertain my time with. But that's why I don't like to do a lot of the really long haul flights, because you're just sitting there not doing a whole lot for a long time. So the difference is, like the cross the pond event, you're constantly talking to air traffic control and having to do the position reports and stuff like that. That keeps you occupied. But otherwise, I'm not really big into the whole long hauls, just because, for that very reason. Saw that happening. There we go. Alright, parking brake set. APU should be running, it is, so we'll switch over to APU and we'll chop the engines. Before one of them activates the thrust reverser again. Those lights can go off, beacon can go off. Nope, stop that. Hydraulic demand pumps can go off. Turn this off. Brake set time is 10:07. Okay. And let's get the connections over here. So FS actions, ground connections. Oh, whoops, that's what I want. We need the chocks. Request that. That's arriving. Doors. Let's see. Let's go. Request deboarding. And we'll open up our cargo doors here. Oh, that's right. I can't open the side one until that one guy gets in place. Let's see. Our stairs. So stairs get in place, then we can... Yeah, it's nice. GSX updated the stair look. That's cool. I like that better. Okay. So we'll open up the... I don't think he's online. Oh, there he is. Yep. Open, open. And we can go outside. All right. There we go. On the ground in beautiful sunny Azerbaijan. Cargo doors opening over there. They're going to unload all our cargo. Nice flight today. A really nice landing, if I do say so myself. Curious to see what the... Really? That was 401? I didn't feel like it. Felt pretty smooth to me, but alright. Whatever. Still not bad. Anyway, they're pulling the cargo out of the side. Alright, so thanks for coming along with me today. Again, we will not be streaming next weekend on Friday or Saturday, at least anything official, because of Flight Sim Expo. I will be trying to stream on Thursday something, don't know what yet. Tomorrow we're going to do a special stream of not flying, but repainting rather, the 787 by Quality Wings. So you'll want to look forward to that and join that. If you missed that, you can always watch it. It'll be on YouTube for later digestion. A special thanks to John Fly today for hosting and bringing over like 120 people while they were watching it from his channel. Got a whole bunch of new followers out of that, so very special thanks to John Fly. And we'll probably be seeing him in Vegas. I believe he's going, along with a number of other of us. Along with Captain Tim and Christopher Hood, who's been watching too. So anyway, got it fixed. Oh, good. You got your Avila Soft EFB working. Great. Awesome, man. All right. Well, till next time. Well, till tomorrow, really. We'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully, for the painting stream. And we'll go from there. You guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend and a good week. I'm going to celebrate my birthday this week. I'm going to be 35 on Wednesday. So next time, for the Thursday stream, I will be a year older. So, all right, guys. It was fun. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for coming along.
You take care, Moose. We'll catch you tomorrow for the repaint. If not, we'll see you Friday in Vegas.
All right. Sounds good, man.
Yeah, happy early birthday to you.
Oh, thanks, Chris. I'll see you later, man.
Hey, Chris. Didn't know you were here.
Yeah, I promised I would do a long-haul flight from Honolulu to San Francisco with another group, so we just got finished. Nice fly though. All right.